Hey guys, it's me, Ethan Klein, your host of the H3 Show. Today, it's May the 7th, 2025. Welcome, everybody. So nice of you to join us. Crew, hello, everybody. Oh, my
hello.
Crew. I love them all.
Hello. Hello.
And I want to give a warm welcome and a big thank you to Rocky.
Yes.
How's Rocky doing?
What's that?
How's Rocky doing?
He's good. He's a little angel.
Yeah.
Scares me. He's too good. I feel like he's gonna change when he grows.
He's a precious little angel baby.
Nah, you're if you can believe it, your connection and love will only grow.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Dog.
Thank you to Gamer Subs and
Thank you to him.
Well, Teddy Fresh. What?
Oh.
There's very few hot mom hats left. We're giving away free hot mom hats with your purchase of
Free?
of 125 or above. You will get this limited edition,
Mom, I'm sorry.
not available for purchase, hot mom hat. Well, how about that?
That's hot.
It is hot. Check it out. We got the new drop. We got the cool iDubbbz shirt. This cool dress. And I think Hila described this as the cutest skirt ever made.
It totally is. I can't wait.
You got one?
Yes, I did.
No, listen, I'm not in position to judge what's the cutest skirt ever, but I take your guys' word for it.
No, I totally think that you know your cute skirts.
You think you know cute skirts, Olivia?
I totally know cute
Oh, yeah.
skirts.
Name 5.
The one in my closet to the left, the one in my closet to the right, the one next to it, my other Teddy
Okay,
Fresh
I'm convinced.
skirt.
Fine.
Checkmate.
Fine.
Thanks.
Anyway, check them out. Thank you. We have a... Let's see. Thank you to our members, by the way. I want to say we'll be here for members on Thursday. It is our... and also, we've learned over time that there's certain disclosures I need to be making during the show. For example, I think it's important for the Clippers to know when I'm joking. I think it's important for people to know that when and if I have Tourette's, right? That I'm not on drugs. It's not drugs, it's Tourette's. It's not drugs. Whoops. It's not drugs, it's Tourette's. Right? Not a financial advisor. I don't know why that one's not there. You can remove this one, Nate.
No, you should probably keep that one.
You could remove. I am.
He's not.
That's misinformation.
I'm protecting you, bro. Trust me.
Nah, we ain't doing that.
You're doing a service to our fans who need financial advice. And of course, the most important one of all is Jewish. So,
You are? Wait,
according to this,
it is on the screen.
yeah, we'll be here for members tomorrow. And thank you to all of our members and all of our supporters. You guys have been gracious and supportive to a level that I am so grateful for. It's made dealing with all this shit possible, manageable. And we are back into the dog shit today. Of course, we didn't finish iDubbbz.
Dog shit? That's
Dog
what started
shit.
this whole mess.
Dog shit?
Dog shit.
What?
Dog.
I don't get it. Do I miss?
Giardia.
The
Oh, the Giardia.
Right.
Yeah, I guess
Dog.
so. Yeah, you're right. Shit, we're back into the Giardia.
Wait, before we move on, can you read the rest of the little message here? I wanted to, I felt bad about this
Code Moss.
wonderful member.
Oh, we want to give a shout out to Code Moss, who gifted 50 subbies.
Wow. 50, dude.
We missed it. And we want to say thank you to Code Moss for that tremendously generous gift. Thank
That
you.
was on Monday's episode. They gifted those near the end of the episode, and I saw it too late after we went off the air, so I just wanted to give you a special shout out. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dan. And thank you to the 50 gifted who can join us tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Friday, we're doing a fun day on Friday. No drama Friday. Okay.
Oh,
I can commit.
he agreed to it.
We can take a day off.
No,
No
Nate,
way.
it's not a lie until Friday.
Well, we could. Are we doing the 2 Tower review? Is that something?
Well, I threw it in there as a suggestion. I also know that there is a huge James Charles scandal going
Oh,
on the
that
internet
I
right now
need.
that I feel
Right.
like we should talk about.
So you saying there's no drama Friday?
I guess that's not really
No serious.
no drama that you're
It's-
involved. It actually is serious.
No
drama.
Ethan serious drama, but
But then how do we
it's
differentiate?
Crazy.
No Israel-Palestine related topics will
Sure.
be discussed.
Period.
There you go.
I don't care what James Charles did. It's going to be fun. He could have murdered a whole family, and I'm going to be enjoying it.
What does Hasan think
You're-
about that the two towers?
Oh, should we get his take?
We should ask him.
It's yeah. Okay.
Somebody
But yeah,
asked-
it was just the Two Towers thing. People have been clamoring for it. People have been asking. The people are demanding, and so I figured maybe that's a good way to end the week out on something a little more
Two
lighthearted.
Towers and James Charles.
And James Charles. And also, the Met Gala was this week, and it's kind of become tradition to have us take a look at the outfits, get Hila's take on stuff. And there was an interesting suggestion from the subreddit to pull you into it a little bit more of reviewing the watches.
I took a peek. They're very interesting.
Okay, so a lot to discuss.
Keep talking.
Okay.
Just keep playing it.
I finished that thought. So I don't have much more to say.
All right, put the
one thing is
in the world in my mouth. So anyway, why is it so chewy?
I don't know, man.
What are you
I don't
eating?
know, man.
What is it? Just swallow, bro.
There's one of these health bars. I don't want to give him a shout out.
I see.
No free ads.
We're trying to get him on board. Wow, so good though. New Pope's dropping, Pope.0.
Let's go.
Pope
New,
point-
the first cybernetic Pope. 2025.
What? Wait, I hadn't heard about that. That's
He has a
actually so
Neuralink
cool.
brain chip.
No way. Mm-hmm. How do you know that? Because as we can see on screen right now, we have a little Pope watch cam. We have a live feed of the chimney in Italy, and I don't see any smoke. I understand that smoke is piped out through that chimney.
Well, it's coming. It's forthcoming.
So you have insider information.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I've heard the opposite. Actually, I think this is going to be one of the longest waits. I think we're going to be waiting up towards 1,000 days.
1,000
Like in
days?
the 1,200 year when the Pope died, they had to wait 1,000 year. I think.
Is that for real?
I think it's
it took
real.
them 1,000. Is that real?
Can you imagine not having a Pope for?
Wait, is that a
3
real
years?
anecdote?
Yeah.
It's real.
It took them
It took
1,000
these
days.
idiots 1,000 fucking years? Like
No, not years, days.
Oh,
Days.
1,000
Oh, yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Okay.
1,000 years.
I was like, what
Did I
the
say
hell you guys
years?
been doing?
No, that would be terrible. I mean, it's terrible enough to be popeless for 100 days.
Tragic.
Could you imagine?
I
What
wouldn't notice a
horror.
difference.
I don't
I
wanna
don't
think
even
about it.
think.
No, you.
No.
Oh.
You don't feel that
It's
there's
like,
no
oh my god. Have you ever heard of the game Dominus? Dominos? They fall and it just becomes a big thing.
I've heard.
It's like killing a
Yo,
butter.
there's smoke!
Yeah.
What?
No, it's the wrong smoke. Wrong smoke.
That's
Wrong
the wrong
smoke.
smoke. I think it needs to be white smoke.
Yeah.
Why are they burning black smoke?
I
was
think it's to let
hoping-
them know, to let you know that they have not made a decision. I can't believe we caught that live. I cannot believe we caught that
I was
live.
hoping for rainbow smoke.
Oh, yes.
That will be for the first gay pope.
know what the
Unfortunately,
Pope
there
is
are
like?
not great hopes for this time around.
Well, my fingers are crossed because I think that's what's going to happen.
That would be. Have you seen their outfits?
Hashtag gay pope. Hashtag girl pope
Gay
even.
Pope? Wow. That'll be.
I'm pulling for the first non-human.
I
Pope.
want a Jewish Pope. Where's that? You know?
I would like some sort of simian, some sort of great ape as a pope. I think that would be really cool to expand it beyond just one species.
I think that's
Like Caesar
Yeah, sure,
from, like-
yeah. Monkey. A monkey.
like
and-
Ce-
I think a monkey in a Pope hat.
A monkey and pope hat would be so cute.
You know what the Pope is? If you want to draw it back to Elden Ring, the Pope is like the three fingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's true.
the fingers of frenzy, or are you talking?
No,
do you
not
mean
that
to talk
one.
about the two fingers?
The two fingers is the finger of frenzy, isn't it?
No, you have it backwards, my friend.
The two fingers is the emissary to the greater
To the greater will.
the greater will. So the Pope is essentially like
He's kind of the two fingers. You're right.
If you played Elden Ring, you'll understand more.
Real-
it makes more sense.
Only gamers will get this one.
But anyway, we have a whole bunch to get to, as I was saying.
Wait, imagine a gamer pope.
Bro, why are we doing this? I just said we have so much to get to. What's the traffic like in Vatican City?
Yeah.
Look at this.
What a mess, bro.
It looks ridiculous. Put the dog down, man.
Oh my god.
This is pathetic.
We weren't ready. We weren't ready.
You're still not ready. Look at the green screen.
What a fucking shit show.
I am so sorry. I take full responsibility.
What's happening?
But I take full responsibility, but like iDubbbz, I do think it's kind of your fault too, Ethan.
Okay. Fair enough.
Let's take a look in Rome.
Ethan
Let's
was
where
dumping
the
as
traffic
per
around the
usual.
Vatican.
Yes.
There's a lot of people out there. They're excited. They're waiting. Where the fuck is the Vatican? Is it this?
It's in the middle.
Basilica. There's so many.
Dude, this guy doesn't know where the Vatican is.
I don't know where the Vatican. Oh, here it is. Vatican City. Here we go. Here we
get
go.
real, bro.
Wow. The traffic is really light.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
they don't
actually
let anyone
surprising.
in.
They don't
people
drive
that-
in there.
You want to talk about ethno-state?
Where are all the people?
There's
Vatican
no pope.
City.
There's no one to visit.
I don't think that's even true. I don't think that works actually at all.
I think
Yeah.
it's not true in any sense.
But yeah, if you're trying to get down there, if you're excited to get a peep at yourself, take a look at the chimney, see what kind of smoke is coming out of it, you're pretty much home free. It's really very light traffic in Rome right now. So that's our traffic update for today. Ethan, I'm going to send it right on back to you.
Yo, it's producer Dan. You're listening to KETH.
KETA.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dan, I have to ask, how many of our audience members do you think is currently traveling through Vatican City?
We have a small but not insubstantial amount of viewers in the great nation of Italy. So some,
Well,
Yeah, zero.
presumably some.
Zero.
well, Italy, sure, but what about the Vatican? Do we have any viewers in the Vatican?
You know, I don't know if YouTube's analytics breaks it down to that degree.
So the
I'm not
Pope
sure.
is like the king of the Vatican, right?
Yeah.
Can he
In a
execute
sense,
He's like
people?
the
He's like the
emperor.
king of
Can he execute
Catholicism.
people?
Yeah, can he execute people?
You know, he probably does have that legal authority, but I don't think that happens too often anymore.
Can he
Once
pike-
upon a time, they did
Can he
happen.
pike them like what we want fantasize happening to all Zionists?
I
in
am
the
not
words of,
familiar at all with the ins and outs of the legal system of
I think
Vatican
the Pope needs
City.
to start executing people.
You
He needs
do?
to show a true force of power.
I don't feel that way.
People don't take the Pope seriously anymore. It's time to start let heads roll, literally.
No, I think that's a bad idea.
Yeah, I don't think he should do that.
I think we need
Listen,
a stronger
He can
pope.
listen to me. He can listen to you. It's the
Yeah.
Machiavelli. You know what
Let's
I mean?
listen to me.
No, I'm with you. It's like, when you go to prison, they say start a fight with the biggest
Yep.
dude to show you're not a bitch. Just kill someone on your first day as Pope. Sure,
Yep.
you're not fucking around.
I think we need a stronger pope because the last one died of cringe. So
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
'cause
that's
JD
That's a
Vance
noble
killed him.
death.
Yeah.
After JD
Hey,
Vance, I
can
feel
the
like,
Pope order
he had to go.
people to?
I mean, it's understandable, but
Yeah.
well,
he has a
Vatican
point.
City is technically its own autonomous country, so
Right, yeah.
he should be able to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah.
No, the Pope cannot order people to be executed. ChatGPT says Catholic Church officially opposed the death penalty. Oh, that's pretty progressive. In fact, under Pope Francis, the Catholic Church was revised in 2018 to declare the death penalty inadmissible in all cases. Well, we can get rid of that. With the right Pope.
With the power of God, you don't need to kill them like by hand, so to say.
you can just condemn
Natural
the soul
causes.
to an eternity of torment, which in a way is worse.
Oh, yes.
When was the last time a Pope executed someone? Just curious. ChatGPT is
I command you to
Crunching
come into
the
my mouth in
numbers.
the name of Jesus.
Let's see, the last execution carried out by the Pope was in 1870. See, that's what I mean. We gotta show the people we need. We mean business.
1870? Yeah, no, it's
The only black smoke I
In a
want to
minute.
see is burned villages.
no.
The
I don't
Pope
think-
needs to
I
get
don't think
back on the
that's true.
warpath.
I don't think
where
that's
he
true.
belongs.
Well, there's no villages in the Vatican.
It's
Per
just
se.
like
It's
a
just
couple
like-
buildings,
I didn't want him
basically.
to burn the Vatican. I
Well,
want
that's
him
the
to
only
burn
place
the
that he
Vatican.
has
No,
the
you
authority.
don't.
Legally, he can
You don't
only
want
do it
that.
in
He
the
should.
Vatican.
They need to do a campaign against Greece. They're weak.
Against Greece? How about Italy? Take over, expand.
Yeah, Greece is
Italy
like
is
a ways away.
Italy's already a collaborator. Don't worry about them.
Interesting.
All right. Anyway, we have so much to talk about. We have to
Anyway.
finish the iDubbbz content deputy, and then Hasan finally. Well, he watched. I think how much did he watch? Like an hour. It took him 9 hours, and I don't want to ever hear anyone ever complain about my pause game again. This motherfucker.
One doesn't preclude the other.
10 toes down. Are you ready for this?
You got to understand, I'm not even close to the worst. This dude.
Maybe you're not the worst, but it was still pretty bad.
I'll take pretty bad, but
okay. Well, then that's where I sit.
So I have lots of comments to make about Hasan's reaction. He is a prolific liar. Hasan lies as easy as he breathes. It's really disturbing stuff.
Ethan.
And Lonerbox, who's really good with all the history of this stuff, is going to call in a bit to review some of the content with us and give us some perspective there. So also I want to give a shout out to this guy. He did like a Gokunaru on iDubbbz, and he made like a parody content cop that's actually like a real content cop. It's actually pretty impressive. Here, let's take a look.
Our silence means something. It means that we
lampooned
would like
him,
to
dude.
Pause this relationship.
Oh shit! 150,000. Let's get after it, bro.
Wow.
What I'm talking about, dude. The straight Gokunaru vibes, bro.
Why are you spreading lies?
You're getting.
Well, is that the best comparison you want to be making?
Well, the reason I say Gokunaru is because it's like kind
if
of
you're gonna dish it out.
It's kind of a strappy startup who this dude invested a lot of time and effort, and it looks like it's paying off. I'm really happy to see that.
That is an impressive amount of views for 19K subs for sure.
It's actually really good, so I recommend it. Content Cup iDubbbz, and I think he did a really good job parodying it. Like I'll show you.
It's horrible. No, you have a ton
This is exactly
of power.
how his video
That's
started,
exactly
which is dumb
what
and bad.
You get for being filthy rich.
Yep.
I don't think anyone deserves that level of cruelty or hate whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I'm any better than any of these.
You believe this guy? Now he does the Leafy meme where he's passing out flyers.
What we do here is go back.
This dude put in so much more effort than Ian. Holy fuck. Anyway, check it out. It's really good. Good watch there. We got him, folks. Jay Shetty is actually giving a keynote speech at Princeton graduation, which is, can this guy please take a fucking vacation?
I respect him so much for his work ethic.
He needs to sit down. Just do your podcast, bro. Why you got to get all up in Princeton and all these Ivy Leagues?
Well, he was invited.
Yeah, by who?
I guess the administration.
And they're probably on payroll. Probably part of his whole PR thing.
You think that Jay Shetty bribed the Princeton administrators?
I'm not ruling it out. Seniors deserve better. Anyway, this student did a petition to remove him as keynote speaker because he's a charlatan. Seniors deserve better than Jay Shetty. Ooh, dude.
Oh, God. Yeah, this was actually sent to me by a Princeton student who is a fan, which that was shocking enough on its own that somebody in an Ivy League is
Look at all
watching
these
this
signatures.
show.
You think that you're surprised that someone in Ivy League would stoop to watching this? Look at all these signatures, dude.
Scary.
I get it.
2025.
But yeah, they talk about that Guardian article that we, I think, explored at one point that was written about how a lot of his backstory seems, I don't want to say fabricated, but greatly exaggerated, let's say.
Well, let me read it from their open letter. Shetty's claim about his education background do not hold up to scrutiny. He stated in 2020, self-help volume, Think Like a Monk, that he lived in India as a Hindu monk for 3 years, a narrative central to his authority as a spiritual guru. But considerable evidence points to him having spent much of that time in England traveling, blogging, and giving lectures. Please, bro. Please. Jay Shetty's involvement in questionable business ventures were also deeply concerning to us. The Jay Shetty Certification School, which trains students to become certified life coaches via a 6-month-long, $7,400 online course, has claimed it's accredited by Ofqual, an agency that regulates certifications in England. A claim that Ofqual has denied.
Oof.
That's what I'm talking about. Get out there. The students of Princeton are proving to me.
They're so smart.
Like that, I'm scared.
We have Sarat says Italian foot soldier here. Traffic is light because it's 10 p.m. and we're all locked inside. And clocked in on the Pope stream.
Hey, hell yeah.
Did you think to mention that it was the middle of the night, Dan, on Pope Day? Pope evening?
No, I'm a little confused because our live feed, it looked fairly bright. But now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, they must be like 9 or 10 hours ahead.
Fairly bright? Do you think that Google Map shows in dark mode?
No, I meant when we
nighttime?
were watching the chimney stream a few moments ago.
What do you mean?
I was not talking about Google Maps.
Imagine how useless that would be. Just becomes dark.
Oh, now it is dark. What was going on earlier? They must have cranked the
Weird.
gain on there.
I think it was the gain. Yeah.
You're about to gain another head. Yours is about to roll.
Yeah, stay inside when that smoke comes. Don't want to be on the streets.
The guy who made
You don't want that
the
smoke.
contents puke, Cameron.
Context view.
Said Papa bless, thank you. And I could tell by watching that you are a true. You did some real deep cut references. Actually, you said something I haven't heard in a long time. Goofs, gaffs, riots. I don't even remember all the things I used to say.
Splaffs, I remember, was one of them.
He did. He went down the list, and I was like, "Wow, I forgot I even used to say that shit." So
It's horrible.
it's not horrible. Shut up, Ian. It's good.
It's horrible.
Shut up.
Ethan was dumping as per
It's
usual.
goof, gaff, laugh, romp, riot.
Also, I want to. Oh, yes, thank you.
Wait, there is an announcement. Oh my God, I was right.
Finally.
I called it. Finally.
That's the Planet of the Apes.
No, this is
that's
the
Caesar,
planet.
bro.
Of the Pope.
Well, listen, it's all of our planets. We share
Wait,
the planet.
Yeah, he's a
with the
famous
apes.
actor.
it was the monkeys became Pope. The gorillas. Content cop iDubbbz. There's a funny aspect here. I want to give a shout out. He's actually raised a bunch of money for charity. Want to give him a shout out.
Silence means something. It
He's up
means
to
that-
let's see here. How does this work? He's up to 1,500. Now I'll tell you, he's right when he says he's raised infinitely more than Creator Clash 2,
Cameron is very nice.
which was zero. They raised $0 for charity.
Is it mathematically correct to call that infinitely more?
Well, what's more? Like, how do you have more than zero? It's literally nothing.
Smarter than you.
Technically, that would be correct.
Infinitely more.
I'll wait to hear from some of our fans at Princeton.
It's true. I shouldn't be speaking of this.
How do you? Well, let me ask you this: how do you turn zero into a real number? Infinite, and it doesn't even get you there.
So is it infinite then?
Probably not. Actually, probably technically not.
Technically not.
Yeah.
But maybe.
I'm in over my head, man.
All right. God. All right. Where do we begin with this? I'm gonna go back and comment on some of the funny, standout, horrific moments from his watching the context puke, which I love saying. It's so much fun. So he didn't finish it, by the way. Is he finishing it? Is he live? Because
let me check.
He better fucking finish it if he's gonna make this.
I think he said he would.
He better. If he's gonna make a whole big thing about, I'm gonna watch the whole thing, you better watch the whole thing.
No.
He's currently talking about India and Pakistan.
Unimportant.
To be honest,
Okay.
probably a better topic, a more pressing issue, let's say.
Why? What do you need to know? They shot a few bombs went out.
Yeah, it's just two nuclear states that are spiraling into warfare.
What can I do about it?
He says on his Instagram story that he will be reacting to it.
Okay.
After, yeah.
10 toes down.
I'll say, first of all, to give him credit, I'm going to give him credit. He sat there and he watched it. He did do it. Yes. But, however, he's a prolific liar and a disgusting human being. And, they say that every accusation is a confession. I don't think there's any person in the world I've ever met that represents that more than Hasan. Every accusation he makes is a straight up confession. And the reason I say that is because of the, let's see. This is what he said about my reacting to Ian's Content Cop, which I finished my total reaction was probably like 5 hours or something in total, maybe less, 4.
I'm not sure. I could check though.
And his was an hour and a half. I think that sounds pretty reasonable. That's like taking 2 times more than the original runtime, which seems like a good amount to contribute to have proper commentary, right? Well, here's what Hasan had to say about my reacting to Content Cop.
Yeah, I think the goal here is to
denims in chat
basically watch this in 3.5 second increments in an effort to say that he watched the whole thing,
what it is,
but basically to showcase to his audience, like, oh, I watched the whole thing. It was all a bunch of nonsense.
right?
Call us
And misinterpreting every statement along
Anyway,
the way
this guy
because
was
it's 3
saying shit
seconds
like
long.
that. Now, I never even dreamed of something like that, dreamed something like that up. But the fact that Hasan said that, and now he took 9 hours to watch 1 hour. The amount of pausing, it was torturous. It was unwatched. It was just a nightmare.
You are both prolific pausers.
Okay, but we're going to do this in layers. You're talking about 4 hours for 1.5 hours
playing it.
versus 9 hours for 1 hour.
Right. I mean, I don't think it's that. I think it's a valid thing to pause and comment as much as you want either way. But if we're just talking about, like, I get that you're pointing out a hypocrisy here, but
I'm sorry. I gotta stand on this. The way he did that was unreal.
So the stat is that it took you 6.5 hours to react to the Content Cup.
That's an hour and a half.
No, it was only an hour.
No, his was
it was an hour.
His was an hour. Yeah, hour 6 minutes.
So you're right that your ratio is better, but in my opinion, they're both pretty absurd ratios.
Oh, please. You got to see the way he was stopping to talk about shit. Ian showed up, by the way, iDubbbz, and you guys got to understand how little Hasan cares about this man, and I love it. iDubbbz flew to LA to participate in this charity stream, right? Hasan mentions at the beginning of the day that Ian is there and he's going to bring him out a little bit later. He doesn't bring him out till 9 p.m., 1 hour before the end of the stream. And he humiliates him the entire time. Watch here. Let me show you some clips.
Anyone not aware, I've seen a lot of people smearing the people in the photo, and Hasan as well. I'm the one who thoughtlessly picked up the sword. We were grabbing a lot of props in Hasan's room, and there are a lot of props.
There's a lot of anti-Semitic props, and he just chose that anti-Semitic one as opposed to the other anti-Semitic ones.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me fix this.
Again, it's just the way he characterizes things is so dishonest. You have a lot of props. You have one with a swastika. That's the one you chose, right?
So the swastika
That's
one.
my fucking point. But he's such a prolific and skilled, seasoned liar. Everything he says is spinned. He's like, oh yeah, everything in my room's a swastika. It's like, no, that's literally the opposite of what I'm saying. There's one swastika, and you guys picked that one. That's the coincidence.
Hat.
Yeah. There's a lot of is the mic buzzing? No. Yeah.
This is right.
I'm going to kick you out if you apologize for that, by the way, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Don't even think about that. Okay.
Yeah, so there it is. Ian comes out immediately and is like, you know what? It was me. I picked it. And Hasan basically, the way he kind of reprimanded him, you know, hey.
Shame.
Hey, content cop boy, we don't make apologies around here. That really is. Careful, Ian. You don't want to go down this Hasan slope of never apologizing or conceding a single thing. Right? It's not going to serve you well.
Okay, Ethan.
So that was how it started. It continues. There was this funny little image. Hasan pulled up Ian's channel to put on the content cop. This dude is not even subscribed to his channel. I'm sorry, but that's pretty funny.
I mean, we use a like dummy account for our work thing. Like, you don't use your personal YouTube account on your
stream,
laptop
though.
right now.
But I'm definitely subscribed to iDubbbz, of course. Obviously.
Fair enough.
You want me to check?
Sure. Actually.
Let's check.
He has 313 videos. That's Detroit's area code.
Oh,
my contribution for the day.
Oh my God, he's done it again, people.
My work here is finished.
He made a Detroit reference, and it was a slick one.
Oh, I don't believe you.
Good job.
By the way, when you type content cop, this other dude's video comes up first. Iconic. I am subscribed.
You are?
Yeah.
You didn't just hit it just now?
This is the podcast chat. I was subscribed. My main one is the H3H Productions one. Which account?
You don't have to.
No.
I was
Actually, I'm not logged in.
I was being silly.
I'm not logged in on my phone.
Honestly, dude, I will say Ethan is really funny sometimes.
I appreciate that, Frogan. So then there's that slap in the face. At one point, Ian actually laughs at one of the jokes in the video.
This is why it's Orient.
Which is, I appreciate the honesty and not trying to be like a sour, weird little baby, pretending like it's not funny when it is. I'm sorry. And I mean, Ian's like, oh my God, that's a joke. After the shit he put out. And then Hasan gets mad at him for laughing.
This is why it's Orientalist. To literally look at these dudes and go, oh no, they're fucking barbaric baboons. And don't laugh at his fucking stupid ass.
No, it's a Seinfeld thing, It's Ty Lopez in the modern era. That's it.
I don't even understand half these fucking references. I feel like...
What a loser. Yeah, I hit him with that knowledge. And it was perfectly timed, man. That Ty Lopez, and Ian's exactly right. We haven't seen a Ty Lopez hit like that in a decade.
Knowledge. This is why it's Orientalist. To literally look at these dudes and go, oh no, they're fucking barbaric baboons. And don't laugh at his fucking stupid ass.
No, it's a
What a dumb bitch. Come on, dude. Please. Also, I noticed that Hasan showed up in a suit, pathetic, imitating, with a bolo tie. And I'm like, bro, please. Nobody suits up like me.
Well, okay.
I should be wearing a suit today, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. Here you are sitting suitless, criticizing a man's suit. I don't know.
Bolo tie? What are we doing here? Is this fucking? What is this? Is a Western film? Why are we wearing bolo ties? Is this Texas? No.
Yeah.
One other thing is at the end of the hour he sits there in a cuck chair. I don't mean to say that in the sense that, again, I don't think Ian's a cuck. I think Anissa's the cuck.
Anyone not aware.
But he's sitting back, like way back in the corner, fulfilling his prophecy, his destiny to always be the cuck chair guy. Even though I don't think he's the cuck, it's Anissa. But Hasan, without caring about the man, put his ass in the chair in the corner. Now, what kind of friend is that? What kind of friend is that? I would never put Ian in the cuck chair. Have I? How many times I had Ian on my show? And I sit him down, I treat him like an equal, and I never put his ass in the cuck chair.
Bye.
Nor do I put Anissa in the cuck chair. And now who's whose friend?
Jewish.
Hasan gives Oh, this was when he gets cucked by Hasan. Yeah, he actually did cuck him. He's like, that. I hate that term, by the way. I had never used that. That's what happened in this.
People smearing the people in the the Luffy hat.
Yeah,
he cucks him.
There's a lot of. Is the mic buzzing? No. Yeah. I'm going to kick you out if you apologize for that, by the way, because that's ridiculous.
Why would you even say that? Like, let the man speak. You know what I mean? He's such a douche. But anyway, Ian, I would always treat you with more respect and care. And then Hasan, at the end of his hour with Ian, by the way, didn't mention Creator Clash one time. Okay. If he did, it was in passing. I watched the whole thing. I don't remember him mentioning it. Didn't mention Creator Clash one time. First of all, they did raise a bunch of money for charity, which is great, actually. And it's a really good cause. It's the cancer research or something, which, benefits all of us.
What was the final count? Because it seemed like it was substantial.
Something around 200, I think. I myself, being the most charitable, the most benevolent, the most
yeah, you're Gandhi, Ethan.
Magnanimous.
You're Gandhi, Ethan. Who was that?
I am Gandhi, Ethan. I donated $1,001.
Why 1,001?
Because I wanted to, be at the top of the scoreboard.
So somebody else was at 1,000?
Yeah,
I see.
Amateur play, rookie move by them. And
the classic Price is Right move right there.
Yeah. I'm strategizing. And I also left a really great message that he read and got really upset about. Where's that one?
1 second. It was 200K when the stream ended.
Which is honestly awesome. And I think it's funny because, so Hasan raised a bunch of money for charity, directly to the charity, which is great because if you give it to Ian, it's never going to make its way there. And Hasan knows that. Now, what happens now is that everyone in Hasan's audience has pretty much been depleted of their charitable budget, right? And now it's time to actually support Creator Clash, and these motherfuckers are penniless.
Well, we don't know.
You want to know how many seats sold yesterday during the whole stream? Somebody did a count on Ticketmaster. Where's that?
I don't know. I don't think we have that link, but the claim was that 6 tickets were sold.
6.
This is unverified information. We should disclose. According to a Redditor who did a manual count. Oh wow, thank you, Nate. Oh, I can start taking you seriously now.
Actually, looks pretty good.
Yeah, I haven't been listening this whole time.
Yeah, I've been zoned out.
Looking good in that suit.
They sold 6 tickets, and again, I'm not surprised because
here's the Reddit thread. I mean, their reasoning sounded sound. It's just I personally have not done this research. So.
Let's take a look here. What is that smell? It is so aromatic. Is that you?
Sorry about that.
What are you eating? You don't have to apologize. It's just
I messaged Love in the side chat.
Yeah.
And I asked the same thing because I smelled it yesterday too. I'm just curious because that is the strongest smelling plate I've ever smelled.
It? Yeah.
It looks so good, bro.
Some fucking kebab.
Oh, it's kebab? I want to see it. Pull it up. Could you hold it up for the camera?
Could you give him a bite?
Don't worry. I'm not going to ask for any.
Palumpa?
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah.
It's chicken skewer and meat skewer.
Oh, that's not sweet potato?
No.
Heavens no.
Heavens
God no, please. It's just right. You could pick. So you pick between 3 sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
I pick all rice.
Rice.
Yeah, rice. You can pick salad and shit like that. Not for me, please. And then some garlic sauce.
Fuck it, dude. You're a man who knows what he likes.
I'm just trying to, enjoy.
Yeah, enjoy yourself. You're a young man. Enjoy yourself. You don't have to worry about vegetables until you're like at least 30.
Yeah, I got a couple years maybe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this person claims Hasan hypes up Creator Clash all day. Actually, and Ian goes on the stream. How much did this help Creator Clash 3? He did not hype it up all day. I didn't hear him mention it one time. Was looking at Ticketmaster events data and thought I'd record before and after Hasan's big stream today. 1 p.m. PST, there was 4,031 seats available. As of 1 a.m. PST, writing this post, I checked again, and the number is 4,025. They disclaimer, theoretically I may have miscounted or maybe extenuating variables I can't verify, like maybe they sold 10, 4 refunded. Yeah, of course, exactly. Let's see what their data looks like. I mean, the data speaks for itself, whatever this is.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I believe it.
Okay.
Rich Lux is here. We love you, Rich. He says, I can't stand Hasan.
I can't stand Hasan.
Me too, Queen.
Fake ass grifter.
That's right. Rich, you're the man.
Fake snake.
That's right. You tell him, Rich.
I can't stand Hasan.
That's right.
I'm just glad the heat's off me.
Don't let Dan off the hook, please. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
There's
Dan.
So anyway, here he is delivering his villainous speech at the end, right at the end of his stream, trying to do a cautionary tale to set me straight or something. I don't know, but I think it might hit a little close to home for somebody else, and I'll let you decide who that might be. Here it is.
They have a shelf life because they don't have the same fucking stubborn nature that I do. They don't have the same interests as I do. They inevitably become their own worst enemies. They inevitably cook themselves. You might think you're riding high on the slop for a little bit. You might think you're getting showered with praise. An army of anonymous Redditors telling you you're brilliant. But at the end of the night, when you go home and you sit down and you look yourself in the mirror, you're not going to recognize who you've become. That's it. It's turning into a lolcow of a different variety. That's what I think.
That's so mean.
Was it?
No.
I mean, I think it's, well, I mean, I guess the truth.
Accurate.
I think the
I
truth
genuinely
is
feel bad for Ian. He brought his ass out here as like the most smallest footnote of the night, puts his ass in the cuck chair, and then humiliates him beyond recognition.
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare.
You could say that again. You know who's in the corner back here? We're off camera. Anissa. Because she's the real cuck, and she's watching her husband get fucked by Hasan.
Jewish.
I thought you were gonna say Bernie. The Bernie in the background.
Bernie's watching.
I was laughing because when I first turned it on, Ian was sitting just like Bernie in the background.
That's true,
The
actually.
same form.
That is true, yeah. So that was all pretty fun stuff from Ian's inclusion, and we're all very happy for them, and we wish Creator Clash all the best, don't we? I certainly do. And again, listen, I think it's all... Oh, yeah, what's the message I sent when I donated graciously $1,001? And then he donation shamed me. Can you believe that?
You said, I'm glad you're finally watching my video, and I appreciate you using it as a chance to do some good by raising money for charity. I hope you'll engage with it honestly and with integrity, and perhaps even walk back some of your rhetoric.
I thought that was a nice response. Crafted delicately, carefully, professionally. And this is what he had to say.
Wait, he actually fucking... This is his donation. I'm glad you're finally watching my video, and I appreciate you using it as a chance to do some good by raising money for charity. I hope you'll engage with it honestly and with integrity, and perhaps even walk back some of your rhetoric. Suck my fucking dick, Ethan. Okay? $1,000 also, broke boy. Not even a fucking fraction of your goddamn watch. Go complain about it.
I'm sorry. Is $1,000 the second biggest donation at the current time not big enough for you, Hasan? How much did you donate? I didn't see your fucking name up there on the board.
That shit and be like, oh my god, I can't believe he's casting aside $1,000. What the fuck am I supposed to walk back? What am I supposed to do? Be at the mercy of your hallucinations?
Love that.
Why did he donate $1,001? Is it because he wanted to like one up someone? Is that what it is?
Obviously. And it was at that moment he realized he was in over his head with a strategic mastermind.
Who?
It was at
Me.
this moment that he knew.
Oh, you're talking about you?
He realized when he saw $1,001 that he was in way over his head. You know, the Grand Masters here.
By Ethan's logic, he can now go give someone cancer, which I think he gave all of us a little bit of brain cancer today.
Yes.
But, you know, since he donated $1,001 to cancer research, now...
And by the way, this is 47 minutes in, which... Wait, is that true? We waited? No, I think we did it earlier than that. I don't know why he's at this part of the video. Oh, $1,000, shit.
Just keep playing and spend the rest of time giving people cancer and then fucking talking about how much of a stalwart defender of cancer research he is. He's going to go and collaborate with the Trump administration to pull NIH funding from cancer research while being like, I'm a stalwart supporter of cancer by his own fucking logic. Since last time he gave me $6,500 for a fundraiser.
That wasn't enough
either.
either.
This is the shit he pulled off. I think he is trying to kill me with this video. I'm not going to lie. Narrated the position that he is not a Houthi. Trust me, bro, I'm not Houthi. Be for real. You suck. Wait, I want to find the actual point. I don't think he's not.
Is that it? He said something where anyway. He donation shamed me, guys. Okay? Can you believe that? Someone tell Mudahar.
Oh, yeah.
That was how
that was the beginning of the whole Mudahar.
Donation shamed Jeff Bezos.
Right.
And now, Hasan is doing the same thing. Me being Jeff Bezos, of course. I don't know why everyone thinks I'm so fucking rich. Like, obviously I'm wealthy, right? I don't deny that. He says I'm 100 millionaire. I'm like, from what? I have a podcast and a clothing company. 100 millionaire? Jesus criminy, dude. 100! Jiminy fucking cricket. All right, let me thank our sponsors. You guys get excited because GamerSupps is extending the Sigma de Mayo offering. It was enjoyed so much by everybody on Monday that they are running it through the end of the week, guys. That means if you buy a tub of Sigma Brain, our exclusive flavor, you will get a shaker cup for free. All over wrap shaker cup for free. That's right. The promotion now ends on Friday. Once you add Sigma Brain to your cart, it will automatically add the shaker cup. And by the way, use code H3 for 10% off your order as well.
That's really good.
We're working on new flavors right now. And the Sigma Brain's not going to be around forever. So once it's gone, it's gone. So pick up some tubs. Get yourself a free shaker cup. Links in the description. Now, I love me some GamerSupps, man. They make delicious beverages. Super hydrating. Zero sugar. Minerals. Vitamins. Caffeine. Keep you energized. And they have without caffeine, too, if that's what you want. Love would literally be... He would be so... He would be dead.
He'd be a husk.
No, he would be like a raisin without...
Yep.
Without GamerSupps, this man would not be drinking any liquids at all. And thanks to GamerSupps, Love is able to walk around and be alive.
And we love that for him.
It's very useful.
Yeah.
He says that's true. You didn't hear, but... Yeah. Yeah, and also our Sigma Brain flavor is delicious. It's a spicy margarita flavor. If you don't like spicy, you'll still like it. It's just a little tiny tickle taste sensation. It's not really actually spicy, but it's very good. It's like a lemon lime tangy sweet. You're gonna love it. With all that being said, guys, head on over to gamersupps.gg. Add Sigma Brain to your cart and the shaker cup will automatically add. And use the code H3 for 10% off your order.
And the link in the description will take you straight to the deal. And I also pinned it in the chat.
Sigma de Mayo. Such a great name. Here it is. For those that don't know.
I think that's why it did so well. That's why it sold well. It's just because they came up with a really...
The name?
The
kills. Name is unbelievably good. Oh, you can pick which shaker cup you want too. That's cool. Look at all these awesome...
That's really good.
It's really... Thank you,
Look at all these
Skip.
awesome options. I don't know what this is, but I like it. You know? So there it is, guys. Thank you so much to GamerSupps. We love them, man. We love them. Thank you. Yeah. We have Loner Box, who I'm gonna bring him on just because the dude is in Scotland, I think. He's in it's completely different time zone, so I don't want to keep him waiting forever. So let's bring him in, and he can help us analyze a lot of this stuff we're dealing with here.
Okay, 1 second.
Harley made a tweet about the whole charity thing. Here, Hasan starts off the nuke by claiming I forced Lena and Harley to drop out of Creator Clash.
I wanted to fundraise for iDubbbz's charity that was under attack. iDubbbz will...
I'm not attacking a charity. I'm saying they're incompetent... I donated, man. I'm a benefactor, bro. $1,001. I love how he's like, oh, really? Your watches are expensive. I was like, please, bitch, you really want to enter that conversation with me, Mr. Luxury Goods?
Will explain his side of things later as well. But him and Anissa basically relinquished control over Creator Clash 3, a boxing charity
Do
match
I hit him with one of these?
that they had put together, third year.
I heard you guys had to relinquish control. Fucking got him, dude. We got him, bro.
After Ethan got Lena to drop out. She was supposed to fight.
What an insane fucking thing to say with zero evidence. Ian knows that I didn't force Lena to drop out. We've explained what happened in detail, okay? You all fucking forced her to drop out. Give me a break, dude. She would be fighting if you didn't drop that. If you dropped that video after the event, she would be fighting in it. No question about it. No question. And that's kind of your fault, don't you think?
Lena is one of the employees at H3H3 Productions. And also another fighter, Harley, also dropped out because he was upset and offended that Ian and iDubbbz had dared to criticize Ethan.
So again, what a psychotic loser he is. Harley is Jewish, and he, like me, takes offense to the way that they trivialize anti-Semitism and accuse me of hallucinating. Right? He took cross with that.
They were obviously Jewish.
That's why he quit. You had another Jewish fighter quit your fight because he didn't trust you guys. He didn't like what you guys were doing. Does that not give you pause? A minority Jewish person quit. You can let Loner in.
I wanted
Damn you, Jews. There he is. Hello, Loner Box.
Wake up, Ethan. Hello.
Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good. What time is it there? You're in Scotland, right?
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock here.
9 o'clock. Okay, good. It's not too late. I don't know how much you watched of Hasan's mega reaction. I pulled a few clips and a lot of the historical stuff I'd love to talk to you about as well.
What, the 8-hour reaction to 20 minutes of content?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I did not say that, no.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Most people don't have time for that shit. But I'll pull up some of the clips. Actually, this first clip I want to watch is comes from TikTok, a really interesting message from a PhD candidate here. She's on TikTok as Nope Brigade 0. And she brings up this issue of leftists who are anti-intellectuals. And she kind of pegs Hasan. Let's take a look.
The difference between neoliberalism and fascism, if it's all just bad. Another thing that's happening here is sort of reverse ethnocentrism. Ethnocentrism is this fallacy where people think that their culture and their country and their way of life is the best and the most supreme. Right? And we all do this to a certain extent. But on the left, it's a reactionary, America's the worst country on the planet. Nobody's ever been worse than this country. It shows me that you are deeply uncurious about the history of the world and any other country. Tell me without telling me that you've never heard of France, Spain, or Great Britain. We've been living in a multicultural democracy, a flawed one, but still it existed for the last 40 years. And we are returning to earlier iterations where democracy was much reduced to the population. But if you say this is as bad, it's always been this bad, and all these groups have always suffered in the same way, then you don't see the nuances in our history and how things have been better, and they're getting worse now, but it doesn't mean that they can't improve through efforts like a renewed civil rights movement, okay? And that just like allows you to sit back and just be a critic without actually building anything.
Right.
This masquerades as critique when reality it's just anti-intellectualism.
Yes.
It's just reactivity. It's just as dogmatic as what's happening on the right. It's fucking dangerous. And if you are serious about wanting things to change, you need to understand them. You cannot fix a problem until you understand the problem. So yes, neoliberalism is not fascism. It is quite bad for a lot of people. And I'm not okay with what Joe Biden did with Palestine either, man. But like, let's get real about solving the problems, okay? And anti-intellectualism is a problem on the left. We do not have time for this anymore.
Listen, I thought that was fantastically. This is something you don't hear people saying, and she articulated it really well. When I hear someone like Hasan talk about America, for example, like it's the evilest country that ever existed. It can't be saved. It can't be changed. It needs to be overthrown. Israel's Zionism or not Zionism, but Israel's history. There's no victims in Israel. The Israelis cannot be victims ever for any reason. It's like there's zero nuance in this conversation. It's what drives me insane. And it's kind of been my whole problem with this. I'm just trying to have an honest conversation, and they lose their fucking mind and call me a Zionist. Your thoughts, Loner?
That's all correct. I got nothing else. My voice is echoing in your end. Is there a way to bring that down?
Yes. Thank you.
1 2 1 2.
There you go, you guys.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was gonna say it's still echoing. Oh fuck.
We'll fix it. Don't worry.
My head's gonna explode. Okay. I'll just pretend. I'll do my best. Okay. Yeah. The first time I thought of this term was I observed it during the Ukraine and Russia war, because it just seemed that regardless of how black and white Russia's imperialist desires were, and how often people like Putin and Lavrov and all these people in the Kremlin would keep saying, what we want to do is we want to claim Ukraine because we don't think it's a real country. We think it's a part of the Russian Empire or the former Soviet Union. We think like Ukrainian culture is really just like the little brother of Russian culture. They would say this constantly, but people in the West would still just desperately snatch for whatever excuse they could to blame it on NATO or on the West. And the thing I kind of described that was like left-wing American exceptionalism. Like, even in a case where you've got a former empire of 300 years, basically, like whether it was through the Russian Empire or the Soviet Union or the intervention of Russia in Eastern Europe and the former Soviet Union after that, people still had to find a way to make it actually the fault of the United States. I just thought that was like really bizarre. And to me, it's just American exceptionalism, but just turned on its head.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
Rather than America being exceptionally good, it's America is exceptionally bad. And definitely with the Middle East, you see the same thing, right? Like, it's funny that people always like on the far left of things always use terms like Orientalism to describe their critics, but they actually seem to be like the ultimate Orientalists in so many ways, because they so often treat Arabs and Arab leaders or people in the Muslim world as if they just have absolutely no agency and no free will of their own. So when we talk about Iran and the regime and why it is the way it is and why it's so destructive in the region, everyone always says, oh, it's just because of the American coup in 1952. And it's like, America has like bombed entire countries to hell and back, even since like in the 70s, and now those countries get along with the United States. Like, America nuked Japan, and America and Japan are friends, but for some reason we have to only expect the worst of Iran because of America getting too involved in their policy from like the 50s to the 70s, which doesn't really make any sense to me. And it is just like, to me, it's just like a very thought terminating cliche that people like to use to
that's it. It's
avoid
thought
that nuance.
terminating. That's like the approach to all these conversation. And like, I don't know if you saw during our debate, one of the things, probably the most disgusting and disturbing part of that whole conversation, was the way that he basically erased all of Jewish history in the Middle East. And just, he says the majority of people moved there because of Zionism, because they wanted to be in Israel, which is just fucking insane, by the way. And it's so gross. And Hasan, he surrounds himself with all these like, well, who's this historian he was talking with? He's a historian, quote unquote. They always harp on like the bombings in Baghdad caused all the Jews to flee. And there's just no intellectual rigor. There's no thought for nuance or trying to figure it out. It's I don't know, man. It's really sick. And it's anti-Semitic, frankly. If you're being like, the Jews of the Middle East were not forced out of their homes by anti-Semitism. They went to Israel because of Zionism. That is the most anti-Semitic thing I can pretty much imagine you saying. It's just horrific. And they have no problem saying that.
Is the historian you're thinking of Zachary Foster by any chance?
Let me Google his name and I'll see. Zachary Foster. Yes, this guy is such a fucking clown, dude. Holy shit. This guy doesn't know anything, and he sits there like as this, and that's what Hasan does. He brings these charlatans out, and by the way, also Jewish. He wears his Jewish friends like a human shield. He's managed to collect every anti-Zionist Jew in the world.
Yeah, that thing about the bombings, it's like the first time I ever heard it, like I would have thought, and I'm not like a history graduate, but the first thing I would have thought just instinctively was like, okay, so you're telling me that 90+% of these people who have lived in this country for like, some of them for over 1,000 years. Like, this is their ancestral homeland. And you're telling me that they all, within 1 year, upped and left because of a handful of grenade attacks that killed like 4 people. When in history has this ever happened? Have you managed to convince like 90% of a population
They've been there for 2,000 years.
A year? Yeah, because of like a couple of attacks.
And by the way,
it completely excludes everything that happened before then. Yeah.
And again, the historian that brings that entire dialogue forward, Avi Schleim, says the first 2 bombings were done by anti-Semitic terrorists who after the first 2, the vast majority had already signed up to leave. So it's just, there's no rigor to understand what's going on. Here's Hasan. Let me pull up some of the clips here. Let's take a look.
You don't run your own country.
Hasan has a denims moment, which runs in the family, I guess.
Country named Israel runs your country.
Have you ever found? Wow! And then he puts this clip in here where he comes up to me to try to take a photo with me. Wow! Wow! Remember when he fucking had to admit that this person, I didn't know who the fuck he was, and then he was some dumbass clout chaser? Is there actually a video of me saying that Israel or Jews run America? Is there actually a video of me saying that? No, there isn't. He's saying that like Arabs that wanted to collaborate with America basically said, no, you don't understand. It's actually the Israeli lobby that dominates. It's actually the Jews that dominate America. I mean, I also don't disagree with what he's saying. I often will talk about obviously AIPAC and the Zionist lobby.
Now, if you don't know the context, he's defending Hasan Nasrallah. He's like, actually, Hasan Nasrallah, do we have that where he says I'm more anti-Semitic than Hasan Nasrallah? And so he's defending him. And he's actually being like, he's not anti-Semitic at all. It's the Jews that run America. So...
What, the Nasrallah quote when he's saying that it's not Israel that controls America, it's America that controls Israel?
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because people like Hasan would say that that's an example of Nasrallah fighting anti-Semitism, because you would normally expect people to say it's the other way around, like it's the Zionist-occupied government, but Nasrallah would say, no, it's the other way around. It's that Israel is basically like America's little helper. But I think people don't understand why Nasrallah says that. With Nasrallah and the Axis of Resistance, they have this term where they describe America as the great Satan and Israel as the little Satan. The reason that, and they'll tell you this as well, the reason that they say that America is the one that calls the shots and Israel is just like a kind of like a little henchman is, it's not because they're fighting anti-Semitism, it's because the ultimate worst thing ever for these movements is to get defeated by the Jews without any excuse. So Nasrallah and these people will say that the only reason that Israel has ever managed to achieve a victory over an Arab or Muslim nation is because America helped them, which obviously wasn't true in the 48 war, at least. They didn't get help from anyone really at that point. But then that's what they'll say. America is the excuse. Yeah.
Here, to be specific, this is one of the most insane things in the video. And like, how do you even say this with a fucking straight face? It's putrid. It's actually insane. This is like saying the Klansmen were actually less racist than you, black person who's trying to defend your people. I mean, I don't need to use other races as examples, but it's hard to explain just how fucking malicious this is. Listen to this shit. Talking about Hasan Nasrallah, who said, I hope all the Jews, is this one of the one that's contested? I hope all the Jews gather in Israel so that we don't have to bother to hunt them all down.
You asking me about that quote?
Yeah.
So that quote is contested. There is a speech that he gave, I think at some point in the 2000s, where it doesn't actually appear in the final published text because it came from I think it was like a Hezbollah affiliated newspaper.
Yeah, we'll cut that too.
But there was a person who was at the speech who wrote it in a newspaper of his own and claimed that he had heard it there. But then there was a whole a contest with the editor and everything. There is a gap in the speech though where it looks like it could easily have gone. That said, there are
Tons.
Nasrallah speeches that no one contests. Like the one where he said that there will never be anyone more cowardly, weak, and frail in spirit, mind, ideology, and religion than the Jew. And I'm not saying the Israeli. That quote
that's
is
my favorite. He goes,
real.
he goes, let me be clear. I'm not talking about Israelis. I'm talking about Jewish people. He went out of his way to clarify that. What a fucking guy.
Do you know about his where their real land is? Do you know that one from Nasrallah?
So read it.
So this is just before the Second Intifada, when he is basically trying to gas up the Palestinian militant groups to go and take action. Like he even uses the word Intifada, and he says the real land. He said, he said their real land is Ethiopia as far as the Falasha are concerned, and Russia as far as the Russian emigres are concerned. And there will be a time when these people will really feel nostalgia for their original homeland. He said that a few times. Like, let the Falasha go back to Ethiopia, let the Russian Jews go back to Russia. The choice is yours, and the example is clear before your eyes. Israel has nuclear weapons and the strongest air force, but is still weaker than a spider web. He said this like right up to the Second Intifada. His whole thing was, you need to terrorize them until they get sick of trying to live here and go back to where they came from. Like literally go back to Russia, go back to Ethiopia.
Which is so fucking insane. I've heard even Hasan parroting that, saying, "Do you want the idea is to make it so bad that they are going to leave." Leave to go where? Leave to go where? I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. He thinks that Iraqi Jews are going to move back to Iraq. Like he actually thinks that. He really thinks that the Iraqi Jews should move back there and start a new life. By the way, are they allowed to do that?
Did. You heard so kind of, but not really. So Iraq has a return law for descendants of Iraqis who lost their citizenship because they left. The return law specifically excludes Jews.
That's a important detail.
Yeah. In 1975, they did institute a decree that meant that they could go back to Iraq through a different process. The only problem is that in the wording of it, they actually bought an ad in the New York Times to advertise this. They said that you can come back. We have no problem with Jews unless they're Zionists. And there's a reason that there's a reason that a lot of Jews were not very convinced by this, because this was about 6 years after the same party, the Ba'ath Party, executed a dozen or so Iraqi Jews by accusing them of being Zionist spies under a political party kangaroo court. They tried them for 3 days and then hanged them. On very dubious charges. Yeah,
it's not helping the anti-Semitism claims. They're not beating those.
Not at all. A few Jews did go back, though. A very small handful. I think in the late 70s there were about 500 Jews living in Iraq, and by the late 90s that number had gone down to about 30. So.
It didn't work out for half of them almost. Here's direct quotes from Nasrallah before I play this clip for you and show you what a disgusting monster, racist, Jew-hating monster Hasan is. The 50th, what is that? 50th anniversary? 50th?
50th.
50th? Is that how it's spelled? Am I having a brain aneurysm? Yeah. 50th? 50, okay. I'm not moving on, Dan. I need to understand what's happening. 50th anniversary of the historic catastrophe and tragic event, namely the establishment of the state of the Zionist Jew, the descendant of apes and pigs, on the land of Palestine and the holiest of our places. These are uncontested. This is in the book of quotes that this guy from Kneecap was reading, that Hasan quote tweeted about how cool these guys are. He also went out on stage with them in what's it called? That music festival, Coachella. Commenting on normalization, he says this: despite all these Jewish ambitions, we are in this nation say that the dreams of the Israelis have come to an end. We promise and warn them that their dreams are over and that the time has come for them to wake from their dreams and face reality. A reality in which people refuse to live in humiliation and view life with the Zionist Jew as nonsense. A reality in which every man, young and old, loves to blow himself up to tear apart the bodies of invading, occupying Jews. The fuck? This message of the incident this is the one you were saying. But if we search the entire globe for a more cowardly, lowly, weak, and frail individual in his spirit, mind, ideology, and religion, we will never find anyone like the Jew. And I am not saying the Israeli. We have to know the enemy we are fighting. And so these are uncontested ones. So even if he didn't say we want all the Jews to move to Israel so that we don't have to be bothered to hunt them down worldwide, you still have a nice little sample size there to pick from. So here's what Hasan said about Hasan Nasrallah, the owner of all those insane quotes.
The actual fucking video that I was watching from Hasan Nasrallah. Here, I'll just show you the full video instead of my reaction to the video. Ironically enough, Hasan Nasrallah less anti-Semitic than Ethan Klein. I cannot stress this enough. Hasan Nasrallah is less anti-Semitic than Ethan Klein. Ethan Klein constantly makes a conflation.
The fact that you can even go out and say something like that without any pushback, any problem, it's just open and out anti-Semitism. It's disgusting. I mean, this man is a fucking bad person. He's just a bad person. He's dishonest. He's not even curious to find out what actually happened. He just... You know, I didn't know about his dad was the founder of some like conservative party that was like friends with Hamas. They like negotiated Sinwar's release.
I've heard about that. I haven't looked into it.
Yeah, I have looked into it. That is true. His dad founded the party that helped negotiate the release of Sinwar. So maybe his perspective on Jewish, I would say, isn't exactly unbiased. Or on Israel is unbiased.
Between Zionism and Judaism, Hasan Nasrallah, on the other hand, does not. The clip that I was watching about Hasan Nasrallah, who is homophobic and definitely has some questionable perspectives, okay? Here he is talking about, he's dead now. But let's hear what the General Secretary of Hezbollah had to say.
Anyway, he's doing a quote, but his claim is that Hasan Nasrallah is not anti-Semitic. In fact, he's less anti-Semitic than I am. And of course, Hasan is the person to determine who is and isn't and what is and isn't anti-Semitic. I find it really funny. Throughout the whole thing, he keeps going, anti-Semitism is on the rise, guys. It's on the rise. It's up like 60%, and it's a huge problem. Not me, though. I have nothing to do with that. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like after watching that, especially after watching the debate, because I did watch all of that, it took like 10 hours. But
sorry about that.
I think after watching that, I kind of just reached what you might call like peak Hasan, because every now and then with Trump, this used to happen where Trump would get caught saying or doing something mental, usually in like 2015, 16. And the Democrats always did this like, yes, we got him. That's it. He's done. He's never coming back from this pickle. And then he comes back from it and he's totally fine. I feel like that generally happens with Hasan as well. And honestly, like, given that as a seasoned political veteran, going in one debate and he ends up coming out with like those absurd takes, like standards for how we need to determine sexual violence on October 7th, or the constant equivalence of the Warsaw Ghetto and the with the Houthis, or go back to Iraq. Everyone knows that like go back to Poland, for example, is a trope.
That's what I said. And he goes,
how's
really?
Go back to Iraq now? Yeah. I'm just like, I think once you reach that point, it's just like, yeah, you've kind of got everything you need in terms of like making the point hammer home. And if that doesn't work on people, then nothing will,
It's very sad to me that Hasan is paraded around Twitch homepage and interviewed by the New York Times. And he's like, no, I'm racist. I hate Jewish people for sure. And he's not treated like Nick Fuentes, who's on Kick. He's not treated like, any number of disgusting anti-Semitic fucking weirdos, which he is. He's one of them. Here is, let's see. This is not very historical, but I just like to show this because Hasan says his community has nothing to do with harassing us. CPS a lot of the people were making CPS jokes who were donating. CPS Officer Miller, Ela Klein's a terrorist, Shredder's Cheddar Fund, Klein Family Giardia, Hitler Klein, Content Protective Services, H3 Snark, Ethan sexually harassed C-Man. That's a deep cut. Then also, on top of all this, was great, he got passed an article. One of his helpers was named CPS Chris. That's one of his inside people who was putting documents together. And they passed him a link. It's on, I have a picture of it. And he's working with somebody named CPS Chris, which, again, pretty disgusting, pretty heinous. And for him to even say my community has nothing to do with that, he knows that. He's working with CPS Chris. So shout out CPS Chris. We see you. We hear you. And we love you for that, don't we, folks?
Could have been done in good faith jest, you know?
Yeah, it could have been. The raider of Ramallah, which is what they call Elah now. And yeah, lots of fun stuff there. And this was like only 30 minutes into the to this stream. Here is here's what he had to say. I don't know why they keep doing this. It's so insane. Everybody's trying to relitigate. First of all, he's quoting this Z Squirrel person who is. What kind of credibility we have here with Z Squirrel, do you think?
Have you not seen Z Squirrel's tweet with the where she literally cropped out a piece of a UN report to make it look like there was no sexual violence on October 7th?
I don't recall. I know she's insane. Like just a straight.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
if you haven't seen this, this is about as strong as it gets.
And so this is one of Hasan's primary sources that he constantly pulls from, including in his reaction. Lonerbox sent us a link. Here it is. Thank you so much. So here's her tweet. That's still up, I guess. Breaking. The UN just released its first actual investigation into October 7th and ongoing Gaza genocide by Israel. It concludes that there was violence against women. It concludes that though there was violence against women, there was no proof of any rape, let alone mass rapes, or that it was ordered by Hamas. It's over, they said. And so what are we missing here? Was there actually something that she removed here?
Yep, I'll send you a screenshot of that 95. You can obviously, you see it looks like it's cropped, right? Like you can see that little artifact on the bottom left in the space. So there's the screenshot of the whole paragraph.
So let's see the part that she cut out. Let's see. Dan will send that. And just remember, this is Hasan's primary source for what happened on October 7th. Here's what so let's see here, just for comparison. Okay. So 95. The commission identified patterns indicative of sexual violence in several locations and concludes that Israeli women were disproportionately subjected to these crimes. The attacks on the 7th of October enabled perpetrators to commit SGBV. I don't know what that is.
I think it's like sexual and gender-based violence.
Okay. And this violence was not isolated, but perpetrated in similar ways in several locations by many Palestinian perpetrators. The commission did not find credible evidence, however, that the militants received orders to commit sexual violence, and so it was unable to make a conclusion on this issue. However, inflammatory language and disbelief around sexual violence observed with both parties risks silencing and discrediting survivors, further exacerbates trauma and stigmatization. That's very interesting. So
for whatever reason, she didn't want people to see that there was a pattern of sexual violence across multiple locations by multiple perpetrators. For some reason, that part's not interesting to the claim.
She cut that entire paragraph down to, the commission did not find credible evidence, however, that militants received orders to commit sexual violence and so was unable to make a conclusion on this issue. Which, by the way, how are you going to... It's not exactly easy to find evidence for that. But regardless, even in the part that she erased, it says, "We don't question the victims because it just makes things worse." She cut that part out too, while calling them all liars. It's unreal, man. It's heinous. So
like if you were a journalist for doing like that kind of obvious level of cropping to put it in a screenshot, like you'd just be fired. It's like it's just open and shut.
No,
people
but she's lauded. And because of people like Hasan, they still raised this person up as being some kind of credible reporter. And there's this whole fucking cloak of There's a whole like network of these people that lift each other up, that cite each other, and they're all in on this insane cover-up, in my opinion, of any type of Israeli victimhood, to make it seem like there's never been a time in history where the Israelis have been victims. They've only ever been perpetrators. They're perfect evil. You know what I mean? So anyway, here's this. Here's him talking about, yeah.
Here. Also, the person that conducted the fucking UN report admitted that it was a mischaracterization that genital mutilation took place. Fuck. The reason why this is important, by the way, stop debating rape and focus on the genocide, Lord. No, shut the fuck up. You want to know why this is important? I love that.
No, I will continue to debate rape. I don't deny rapes, by the way. I just question if they happened. So he says, thanks to D Squirrel, his reputable source there, that the UN report, it's so crazy how they keep pointing to this, and it just completely contradicts everything they say. But they're so persuasive, so insistent. I mean, it really... What was it Goebbels said about lies?
I don't know. Tell them lots.
The more that you say it, let's see. He had something. I don't remember who he was. I don't remember what he did exactly, but Goebbels quote about lies. I just remember his name. If you tell a lie big enough and keep repeating it, people will eventually come to believe it. I wonder if they read that.
Yeah, I did have a comment on that with the debate as well, because I feel like there was kind of like a misunderstanding of what circumstantial evidence versus direct evidence actually means. So the problem is that circumstantial evidence is sometimes better than what people call like direct evidence. So for example, direct evidence is like a witness statement. If a witness says that they saw something firsthand and describes it, that's what you call direct evidence. And the problem there is that witness statements can sometimes be wrong. Circumstantial evidence, it's interesting that Hasan was really obsessed with like forensics and that idea, to the point of saying like, suggesting that there needs to be a third party after the bodies have been buried to come in and do forensics, which is like, what, you're going to dig them out and let
There's
a third
never
country
a bar
come
enough
in
to clear.
Poke around, yeah.
If
very
the
bizarre.
Israelis did the forensic, we don't trust them because Israelis are liars.
Yeah, and they've done that. Yeah, they've said that in the past, yeah. But the thing with forensics is forensics in sexual violence is still circumstantial evidence. A rape kit is circumstantial. A rape kit will tell you that there is sexual contact and might give you DNA, although that's less likely. But in both cases, especially with the first one, that's still circumstantial, because if they find only that there was sexual contact, well, why doesn't someone just say, well, that might have just been with her and her partner beforehand, right? Or with the kind of stuff that people say, even if it was like if they found the DNA of a Hamas guy, like given what happens online, people might try to infer that people have already invented like romances between Hamas fighters and Israeli captives, so they might even just say it was consensual.
Hasan's one of them,
anyway.
frankly.
Yeah, like, but the problem is like the thing that's going on there, the technique that's going on there, is a double standard of evidence. So Hasan, and I've seen him do this a million times, will talk about the Deir Yassin massacre, like horrible crime by the Israelis, and actually approved by the main army as well. But he'll constantly talk about this incident where a boy was forcibly thrown into an oven by his dad at gunpoint by the Israeli militants. But that story is based on a witness statement, one single witness statement from like 50 years after the fact. Like, there's a reason most historians don't put it in their books. It's because generally, like, witness statements that appear 5 decades later, like, they might be true, but also they're generally seen as less reliable, because after 50 years, people can invent memories, or memories are very unreliable, especially in war. So, but he'll accept that like wholeheartedly, like it just happened, no question, even though most historians don't put it in their work on that massacre, because again, like that's a really sensational story, right? Like imagine like militants forcing
I've heard that
someone
story.
to throw their kid into an oven, right?
It's one of the most disturbing things I've ever heard. I've seen the guy telling that story in a documentary.
Yeah, and if you want to believe it, like that's fine, but then that means you accept witness statements that never appeared at the time, but did appear 50 years later from a single person, and only gets used by like very, very hardline like partisan authors. Like, it's not in Ilan Pape's book, which Hasan talks about. It's not in Rashid Khalidi's book. It's not in Benny Morris's books. It's not in any of these like popular historians talking about the 48 War, but that's accepted. If that is accepted, then why wouldn't a witness statement about a rape on October 7th?
Or what about a first-hand witness? What about a first-hand witness? What is that? Yeah. Or what about someone who's like, I actually was sexually assaulted? That's not good enough either, apparently.
Yeah, which we have dozens of for October 7th. Like witness and generally for sexual violence and conflict, witness statements are all you're ever going to get. That's the same with Sabra Shatila, the massacre that was committed by Lebanese Christians in Beirut with the IDF overseeing it. That was the evidence for pretty much all the sexual violence that took place there was the same thing. It was witnesses and mostly just how the bodies were found afterwards. Mm-hmm. It's not like there was a forensics team dispatched to swab all the women and everything. That didn't happen, right? The medical teams went there to identify the dead, and still we accept that.
Don't you guys see how fucking insanely hateful what he's doing is? When it comes to Israelis, we need forensic evidence, which apparently, I don't even know what that means, because rape kits aren't apparently forensic evidence. I really don't know where... what does he want? Like a fucking video of it happening? Is that the only way he'll be convinced? But when it comes to Israeli victims, the bar is... It's the highest bar to cover. But when it's anyone else, then... We don't hold them to that insanely... that disgusting standard that nobody should be held to, you know? It's just it's so repulsive and it's so out in the open. Here it is. So here's what he said once again about this, and I'll read you an excerpt from this report, and they just continually lie about what's in this report.
Stop debating rape and focus on the admitted that it was a mischaracterization that genital mutilation took place.
Okay. Here's the findings that they did on, this is the direct findings that they found on October 7th. Nova Music Festival, an outdoor event, an open field 5 kilometers from Gaza, perimeter fence, attracted around 3,500 attendees. Mainly young individuals. Information reviewed by the mission team indicates that the festival was a site of grave violations, including brutal mass murder, several hundreds of bodies recovered from the site, in addition to many abductions. Bodies were also found with extensive burn damage. Based on the examination of available information, including credible statements by eyewitnesses, there are reasonable grounds to believe that multiple incidents of rape, including gang rape, occurred in and around the Nova Festival site during the October 7th attack. Credible information was obtained regarding multiple incidents whereby victims were subjected to rape and then killed. There are further accounts of individuals who witnessed at least 2 incidents of rape of corpses of women. Other credible sources at the Nova Music Festival site describe seeing multiple murdered individuals, mostly women, whose bodies were found naked from the waist down, some totally naked, with gunshots in the head and or tied, including their hands bound behind their back and tied to structures such as trees or poles. Now, listen, it goes on, and it's all equally horrific, right? But imagine reading this and then going to the conclusion, or whatever it was she showed, editing it out to misrepresent their conclusion and make it seem like they're saying that the Israelis are lying. I mean, how fucking sick do you need to be? How absolutely disturbed do you need to be? And this is something Hasan has done continually since October 7th. He continually brings up this exact report to say, they lied. This is the proof that they lied. And if you read it, just read the fucking report, you will see what a disgusting, hateful liar he is. What a horrific lie to tell. And for what purpose? It's so gross.
There is also something people like to do with that particular report, because they'll say that people will suggest that we shouldn't really take much from this one because it's just like a 2-week fact-finding mission. The only problem is that when they say they need a full investigation, I think it's worth asking what a full investigation really means, because even if you look in that report, the thing that they expect from a full investigation is like there are a couple of locations where they didn't get to interview witnesses, and they think maybe if they hang around for longer, they can build connections with some of the potential survivors until they're willing to talk. And a full investigation wouldn't provide you any more. They're not going to dig the bodies out of the ground and start swabbing them, right? They're not going to get access to like loads more videos or pictures that are just hidden for some reason. The only thing an additional investigation would do, and it says so in that report, is that they would maybe get more time to get survivor statements, and also they'd get to review a few more locations. It doesn't, the fact that it's not a full investigation doesn't discount anything that was said there. Like what they found there was about as much as you'll find for sexual violence in just about any conflict.
Yeah, I mean, yes, exactly. The thing that Hasan says, the talking point on it is like, oh, they used the fact that there was supposed rapes to justify doing a genocide. And as far as I'm concerned, the way that I see it, I don't really see it that way personally. I don't think they need an excuse to do what they're doing. They're already doing. Like October 7th was already bad enough for them to justify it to themselves, right? They don't need.
Well, like the manufacturing consent argument.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that
I see this. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, like, the people who manufactured more consent for like an Israeli operation in Gaza, the way it is like the people who manufactured the most consent was Hamas. They filmed most of their crimes. Like they filmed themselves dragging bodies mangled through the city, and
why would they record it?
They filmed themselves shooting civilians, yeah. And then they send spokesmen to talk to the media to say that they wanted to do it again, and they've held to that. They've never walked back on that aspiration. So it's like. You don't need like an extra level of brutality to justify to get your cause for war, right? Like that's already there.
Right. So when I hear someone doing that, all I hear is somebody for no fucking reason calling these victims of horrific crimes liars for no reason other than the fact that they're Jewish or Israeli. And this, I mean, both, right? It's disgusting, and I mean. It's just a shame. It really is. He also said, let's see here. He accused Hila of lying about religious Jewish customs to bury bodies quickly. He calls the Jewish custom of trying to bury the bodies quickly as desecrating bodies.
No. Hasan, please respond to it. It's very important. They're going to use it against you. What do you have to say to Hila's reasoning for Israel not letting forensic investigations that due to religious regions they bury the body ASAP? That's a fucking lie, and she's wrong.
What a horrific, vile human being. He's lying about something so fucked, and it gets even worse.
They did actually conduct forensic examination on many of the bodies. They didn't immediately bury them. She's literally wrong. They took the bodies to the Shura base, and they actually did look at the bodies. The issue, however, was that the initial forensic examination was not conducted by real specialists.
By the way, all of this to deny rapes happened. Once again, if you're even wondering why we're going down this road, that's why.
There's a big time frame issue there as well, because especially for rape kits, I'm pretty sure you've got like 72 hours before those things become like very, very unreliable. Hamas still had fighters in Israel 4 days after October 7th.
Right.
So this isn't even to mention the time it takes to gather the bodies and to separate them and identify them and obviously separate the ones that are charred beyond recognition from the ones that you can do forensics on. And then having most forensic institutions in most countries aren't prepared to have 1,200 bodies coming to them in the space of like 2 days or 3 days. Like most countries don't have preparations for that because it doesn't happen. So there's so many logistical issues there. As for burying the dead as soon as possible, that is Jewish custom. It's also Muslim custom as well, by the way. Like they also have lots of burial practices that would make it harder to have doctors poking around in their special areas to look for crimes, which is why when we talk about Palestinians who have been sexually abused by the Israelis, and that's happened all the way since the 48 War, we don't really go by forensic evidence of it. Like it's usually because a witness saw something. It's usually occasionally a soldier will contest to something, but it's usually because witnesses said so or survivors. That's like the main piece of evidence we use.
The truth, yeah. So the Zaka group he's talking about, who basically in the aftermath, the direct aftermath, there's like an emergency response team called Zaka. And it's a very religious organization. So these people are true believers, right, in that sense. And they show up to do like the most fucked up jobs possible. And by the way, that just tells you something, that in Israel this exists. There's a team of people who show up to sites of mass murdered civilians and clean it up. You have got a group in your neighborhood that does that, you know? And so these guys show up to clean up the bodies. And these guys, by the way, are like traumatized for life after what they saw there. But they're true believers. So a lot of these guys are like, we need to get these bodies in the ground immediately. They thought they knew death, but that didn't prepare them from October 7th. Volunteers with Zaka, an Israeli group that recovers dead bodies, were among the first to reach the victims of Hamas-led attack. The trauma of what they witnessed may last a lifetime. Yeah, so these guys were trying to save them, you know. It's a religious thing, and they want to get them in the ground as soon as possible. And then there's also even an interesting legal battle that I learned about where apparently they are holding some bodies. The IDF is holding some bodies. And they're all like mangled and burned and charred, and they don't know exactly. They don't even know if they're Hamas fighters or victims or what. And the Zaka, the religious group, is trying to sue to get the bodies buried. And the IDF wants to do forensics on it, but it's like stuck in a legal battle. So Hasan agrees with the IDF.
Yeah, this was a problem with Zaka as well, because there was a dispute over whether the IDF should have their own unit for gathering the bodies or whether Zaka should, because Zaka are a very problematic organization. Like their old leadership has all kinds of like scandals when it comes to like abuse of, I think, even children as well.
Oh, that's not good.
And they are very self-serving. A lot of them, a lot of the exaggerated claims and false stories about October 7th, actually, quite a few of them originate from one person in Zaka, from one Zaka volunteer who just went around and lied to everyone about what he saw. You know, again, it's the embellished stories. Like we saw a kid thrown in the oven, or we saw kids thrown in bins, or like these things didn't happen, but people have kind of like latched, and even in Israel, there's a whole dispute with Zaka as well, because a lot of them were very inexperienced, because again, it's a volunteer organization. They were sometimes putting like different body parts of different people into the same bag and mixing them up. They would sometimes take bodies that were already in bags and like take them out of the bag and then put them into a Zaka bag for photo ops. So there is a lot of corruption that's gone on there, because it's a volunteer organization and it's like hyper religious, but also people have kind of used that fact to try and smear like every aspect of what people found after the fact. Like the fact is that not every Zaka volunteer is a corrupt individual who wants to like cynically use the dead for their own purposes. Like lots of Zaka volunteers genuinely saw things and said things that are corroborated by other witnesses. So yeah, that's the problem as well. It's like whenever there is a genuine criticism, it has to be used in like the most extreme, like absolutist way possible. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, and I mean, listen, should the IDF be recovering the bodies? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Like they should be, right? But it doesn't mean that. Doesn't mean that. Again, remember why we're even talking about this. This is all in service of Hasan denying that rapes happen. This is all in service of him, for some reason, dying on this hill, choosing like this. Even his chatter was like, "Why are you doing this?" And he's like, "No, fuck you. I will question the rapes." Nobody cares, and nobody fucking cares.
Zaka ended up initial literally wrong. They did actually conduct forensic examination on many of the bodies. They didn't immediately bury them.
Yeah, and what they
She's
find?
literally wrong. They took the bodies to the Shura base, and they actually did look at the bodies. The issue, however, was that the initial forensic examination was not conducted by real specialists.
That doesn't happen anywhere. That's such an
Zaka
insane
ended
standard.
up desecrating the bodies in the process and ruining.
He says they desecrated the bodies, which what he means by desecrating the bodies is basically a regular Jewish burial ceremony. So that's fucking cool too, by the way.
Any sort of on the spot kinetic forensic examination from taking place, because you have to look at the way that like bodies are presented to develop an understanding of what happened, like how this person died. They did.
Listen to this standard. It's remarkable. It's remarkable that he's able to do this out in the open and nobody fucking cares. And the New York Times is so willing to be like, this hot dude is fucking in a MAGA body. MAGA body? What does that mean? He goes on to call Hila a terrorist many times throughout the video.
Okay.
It's a funny thing about me. I don't like terrorism, and I don't like terrorists.
Yes, you do. You're married to one, and by your own admission.
That part is like just... You know. They keep doing this. This conflation is insane. Hila's participating in mandatory military service, right? She's not in a combat role, and she's essentially forced to serve, and she's not in a combat role. Not everybody in the IDF's a terrorist. Is there war crimes the IDF does? Definitely. Could you call some of these people terrorists? Yes. Is everybody in the IDF a terrorist by definition? Of course not.
It's a kind of strange thing to say when you have no idea what happened during the raid.
That's another thing. We don't even know what happened. Like, that's, yeah. I don't think she even knows what happened, frankly. But imagine, just, dude.
Mission.
And I don't like terrorists.
Yes, you do. You're married to one, and by your own admission. You said. Not me. You said.
Literally said, he asked me, is she a terrorist? And I said no, for the record. The conversation he's recounting.
It post context nuke, though, so.
If they're Jews. So that was one. Let's see, he's got a few really good ones here. Oh, this was a really interesting post. Hasan calling Hila a terrorist could have real-life consequences. I believe Hasan is going to drive one of his fans to violence against the clients if he keeps pushing this narrative that Hila's a terrorist. He's doubled down on calling Hila a terrorist on his stream. Didn't have the balls to say that to Ethan's face, though. That's true. That's true. He didn't. I asked, do you think Hila's a terrorist? And he said no, which also doesn't make sense considering he thinks all IDF people are terrorists. It's a terrorist organization. He has been pushing snark propaganda openly since the debate. The snark subreddit is one thing, but Hasan's audience is fucking huge with a lot of bitter young men who have been radicalized by Hasan's rhetoric. Repeatedly calling a woman a terrorist like this will dehumanize and demonize her to the point where her fans won't see her as a human being, but a personification of the IDF's cruelty, and they believe violence against her is justified. On this charity stream, you could see just from the donation messages how hateful his community is towards Hila in particular. What Hasan is doing right now will launch a new wave of harassment against Ethan and Hila, and I'm very worried about how it's targeted more towards Hila and Hasan's community. I struggle to believe that Hasan doesn't fully realize what he's doing because he knows how the internet works. He knows the snark pages he's promoting has ruined their lives and how bad the harassment they're already getting from them. You know what's funny is like I already, even before he started like calling Hila a terrorist, that's kind of already like what he's been leading towards, you know, radicalizing people and dehumanizing.
I mean, if someone who literally supports kidnapping civilians is going to call someone else a terrorist, it's like, how much weight is there behind that punch, you know?
You're talking about his Filipino...
Yeah.
Kidnapping unaffiliated sailors for a year is an act of
like
deterrence.
If someone supports that, they call someone else a terrorist. It's like, okay. The pot and the kettle are kind of like just shagging at that point, you know?
Here he's mocking Hila's accent, which...
Okay. The most brazen display of terrorism propaganda is basically every other fucking broadcast where Hila Klein comes on and starts talking about how, Palestinians are there, we want peace, but not really, okay? Like, that's the real brazen display.
Again, he's doing this thing where he doesn't actually have anything she specifically said, because she hasn't. She's barely talked about it, right? And, I mean, Hila's the first to admit the limit of her knowledge. Like, she, that's why she doesn't speak much on it. But for Hasan, he's saying that she's spreading terrorist propaganda because she's always coming on and doing Hespera or something, which, again, the only thing that they have on Hila is that she like made a head gesture once. And there was another one of her saying, or no, I think it's the same one. She made a head gesture and said, not really, or something, which was separated by several beats. I mean, this is unacceptable behavior. I mean, in any world, in any community, in any place, this is unacceptable behavior, especially towards a, minority group.
Taking the ship to us in the outside world. Okay? The most brazen display of terrorism propaganda is basically every other fucking broadcast where Hila Klein comes on and starts talking about how Palestinians are there, we want peace, but not really, okay? Like, that's the real brazen display of fucking terrorism propaganda is Hila Klein and Ethan Klein talking about Gaza, okay?
It's unhinged, it's psychopathic, it's violent, it's hateful, it's a lie, it's vindictive, it's just, he's such a hateful, disgusting human being, and I don't know if you can't see that. Well, his audience can't see it because in their mind, and you can see it from looking at the chat, you can see it from the donations, you can see it from the snark page that he's now aligned himself with, that they don't see us as human. We are just fucking like some violent terrorist entity that deserves, by any means necessary, right?
I was kind of wondering recently. I feel like a lot of, if I was going to summarize like the whole argument that happened between you and him, I feel like if you had to put a debate topic down to it, I feel like it would just be a question of, can you support Palestinians without supporting groups that target civilians? I feel like, to me, that based on what you guys say to each other, it seemed like you agreed on everything that was happening in Gaza just like within 2 seconds. And then it was all just about Hezbollah, the Houthis, about Hamas, about Jewish history. To me, like, that's the essence of it. Is like, can you support Palestinians without supporting groups like Hezbollah or the Axis that target civilians? Because the thing I've noticed about a lot of these communities that kind of revolve around Hasan is they keep on doing this, like, the human shield defense, where every time someone criticizes them, they somehow manage to find some dead Arab or some like destroyed Palestinian building, and so they can hold it up like a sandbag and say, why are you criticizing me when why are you attacking pro-Palestinian people in the middle of a genocide, like that kind of thing, right? So the way I see it now, though, is that, like, you and Hasan didn't really talk that much about what's happening in Gaza lately. Like, I'm guessing you've mentioned once or twice the protests in Gaza, right?
Mm-hmm.
The anti-Hamas ones. So there's a reason that I think a lot of people in the other sphere have not really bothered to talk about that. And it's because I think it kills a lot of that narrative, because the way that these people present people like the Houthis or Hezbollah or Hamas is like they are the lines of defense, like they're the resistance against Israel, even though none of them have really done anything to Israel. All of them, Hezbollah and the Houthis, Iran, etc., they pretty much all of them have killed more Arabs than they've killed Israelis, like easily. The Houthis, the only people they're good at fighting are other Yemenis. Hezbollah, the only people they're good at fighting are Syrians, like Syrian Sunnis. Even Hamas, like, they did one good pot shot in Israel on October 7th. For the rest of the time, they've been doing a better job at killing their own people who oppose them. They've been doing that now. And I think I don't know if you know much about these anti-Hamas protests in Gaza, but they started with a few hundred people at the end of March. Then it was maybe a couple of thousand, because it started to spread from Beit Lahia, which is northeast of Gaza. So it's been kind of like at the front line between the IDF and Hamas for a long time. Then it moves to like places like Jabalia, very, very famous Hamas stronghold, refugee camp. Then it goes to Khan Yunis. Then it goes to Rafah. Like, these protests have not stopped. They've been going on all the way through. Even Associated Press now has estimated that the numbers of protesters might be in the thousands or even tens of thousands. They have not stopped. If you look at their messaging, it's quite hard to get reporting on the ground from them, because one, Israel doesn't let journalists into Gaza, but two, the journalists who are in Gaza are either just flat out pro-Hamas, or like Al Jazeera, which is also pro-Hamas, or they are pressured to not say bad things about Hamas, even if they oppose them quietly. So all it's really been is like people collecting iPhone footage of these protests, and these people who are exercising like unhuman like bravery because they know that Hamas will kill them and has tortured people to death for protesting against them. They've kidnapped people and shot them for protesting. They've brought back like decades old security apparatuses to go and clamp down on the protesters. They put curfews in. The protesters are still growing. There's a poll that came out from PSR, very reputable pollster in Israel-Palestine, that asked just yesterday what they thought of the protesters. And almost half of the people in Gaza, 48%, supported them, even though quite a lot of them think that they're like driven by some external influence, like Saudi or something like that, right? That's like almost half of people in Gaza supporting these protesters who are anti-Hamas. And their messaging, you can look at the chants, you can look at the leaders who speak and give little 2-minute speeches. They're all saying like the same kind of lines. Like they're saying, was it Mishan Allah Hamas bara, like for the love of God, Hamas out, or Hiya Hamas or Bahia, which means like Hamas are terrorists, basically. Or they're saying like they accuse Hamas of dealing in their blood or gambling with their lives or selling them out. And they keep saying, we want white flags, not guns. There was a call to release the hostages from these protesters. Because I think a lot of people in Gaza are starting to understand that before October 7th, the IDF was not acting like they were prepared to go and launch into Gaza for a full ground invasion. There's been no whistleblowers or anything to suggest that they were prepared for anything more than like a small border penetration of 70 people. That's all the IDF had protocol for before October 7th. People who are there are saying things now like, stop firing rockets from our areas, because we know that if you fire a rocket from our town square, the town square is going to get bombed, right? So the same poll also showed the number of people in Gaza who still supports armed resistance is down to 30%. The majority of them support negotiation and peaceful protests. They've realized that Hamas's way of doing things, like armed resistance, is not helping them because it never really has. It's never like trying to target Israeli civilians or launching rockets. It's never helped them. It's never achieved anything for them. And that's becoming a lot more clear. And it's interesting to see that groundswell is starting to take place in Gaza, and people on the like far left, like self-proclaimed pro-Palestinian people, aren't really talking about it. And I think the problem is that it drives such a massive wedge into everything they've tried to advocate for the last year and a half. Like Hasan tried to say that it was like they're protesting against domestic policy. Like, no, they're not. Listen to their chants. You think they're upset about the fucking tax codes in the middle of a war? No, they're not. They're upset because Hamas is basically treating them like fodder. Yeah. They went into Israel, they capped 1,200 people, then they ran back into Gaza underneath the tunnels with the hostages and said, yep, you can fight us if you want, but you're going to have to rip through the entire city to get to us. And they knew Israel would say yes, because like if you ask Hamas, Israel's the genocidal Zionist entity. Of course they would. So I think things are about to get a lot worse in Gaza right now. Israel's approved a new offensive that is just basically going to mean they are going to permanently occupy 40% of the Strip. The rest of it, they're going to occupy. They say it's not permanent, but they have no vision for what comes next. So it's basically permanent. And the aid situation, it's been like 65 days since an aid truck has gone into Gaza now. Majority of Israelis, even, I think the last poll showed that 69% of them said that they would support a hostage release even if it ends the war. There are like growing majorities on both sides now that want this to end. And I feel like there are things that people can do to support like either side, like to let the people, Gazan protesters, know that people like in the West actually have their back and realize that there can be something different happening there other than like all the dumb shit that Hamas has tried for the last 20 years. And it would behoove actually someone in the West to let Israeli leftists know that actually the ones who are opposing the war and are opposing the future actions of the IDF now, which seems to be most of them, that they do actually have like people outside of the country who like believe in what they're saying, because you can't pressure Trump to do anything. That ship has sailed. I think this kind of like there's a problem with this really like maximalist point of view where people basically think like it's either abolish the Zionist entity, fake country, whatever, or it's Israel is going to genocide and conquer everything, even though there are very large groups on both sides that seem to not really agree with either of this anymore.
Why is Hasan so invested in like discrediting the protesters? I've heard him say that. I've heard him say that they're not. It was taken out of context. They like most of them are there to protest Israel. You know, like why is he so determined on
because
not supporting these people?
Because Hasan and people like him have spent the last year and a half, 2 years, 3 years. They spent a long time insisting that Israel and Zionism is basically the same as the Nazis. Which is funny because he had to go at you for making a false equivalency between Jews fleeing the Middle East and the Nakba, which is, you can argue it's a false equivalency. Like they weren't kicked out in the same way. But comparing Nazis to Israel, if you're saying that, it's either, or zone of interest is apparently going around Israel proper. That doesn't make any sense at all. If you're making these comparisons, you either don't know anything about Nazis and Israel, or you're just you're using Nazis as a way to get under the skin of Jews, right? Like that's what you're doing. Because Israel at least has shown that it is capable of making peace with countries that don't threaten it or don't fight with it, right? Israel and Egypt fought a war in 67, a very bloody one. They fought another bloody war in 73. And then 6 years later, they made peace, right? Israel's made peace with Jordan. Israel, after a long time of fighting with Lebanon, they pulled out. And then after destroying Hezbollah beyond recognition, they pulled basically all the way out of Lebanon as well. Their presence now in Lebanon is like 5 hilltops. They didn't build any settlements there like people said they were going to. The government in Israel is insane. They're very, very right-wing. There are at least 2 or 3 people in there who are just outright like genocidal maniacs. But the country is not like the Nazis. And like people comparing things like the Houthis kidnapping sailors to the Warsaw Ghetto uprising. The difference is like the Warsaw Ghetto had about 400,000 people in it. 2.5 years later, 90% of them were dead. And there was no decision that anyone in that ghetto could have made to survive. It wasn't that they were too much of a threat to German security or German sovereignty and they were trying to destroy Germany, right? That wasn't why. It wasn't the heads of the Nazis, but it wasn't actually why they were killed. You know, they some of them, none of them had anything to do with trying to attack Germany. They were disarmed, they were prisoners, and they were killed anyway. A bunch of them died of starvation. The other ones were literally just put in a train and gassed. So, the difference is that with Nazis, their victims, there was nothing they could do to escape their fate. There was no amount of politicking or anything that the Jews could do to survive other than run away, or if they wanted to just fight and die to the end. With Gaza, the protesters, they drive a wedge into what people like Hasan are saying is because when they say we want white flags, not arms, it's because they know that Israel didn't have any plans to go and occupy Gaza before October 7th. That they thought Hamas were being pragmatic, that they just wanted to focus on domestic rule, right? They thought Hamas were trying to be like restrained in exchange for Qatari aid money and domestic, like improving the humanitarian situation at home. And then Hamas went and attacked, right? So I think the difference is that if you think Israel is like the Nazis, then you would think, well, you might as well just fight because they're going to do this to you anyway. Even though the protesters seem to understand that if Hamas is gone, then you're not going to see you're not going to see airstrikes all over Gaza if Hamas gives up their arms and says that they'd like someone else to go in. Now, there's still problems with the Israeli government of like letting that happen, but I think that's probably why they don't like what the protesters are saying and why they're ignoring it. It's because if you acknowledge them, then you have to change everything about what you think about Israel.
Yeah, this comparison to Nazism is like, it's so hurtful as a Jewish person. And people throw that around like it's not a direct assault on like Jewish identity. And I mean, Hasan is chief among them. And it's just crazy how it's just completely normalized, you know? Yeah, it's a shame. He's such a piece of shit. The way I see it is Hasan is like, there's protesters, and Hasan is like, no, you guys need to fight till you're all dead. Like over from Los Angeles in his cozy West Hollywood house, you know, fight till the end, you guys. They're like, we don't want war. We actually want to live in peace. We want this over. He's like, no, you need to fight. It's like, okay.
Well, that's what I mean by the Orientalism, right? Because it's so funny what he said about the Houthis, because I think, you know, when he was saying like, what would you do to stop the genocide from Yemen, right?
Yeah.
If you're the poorest country, so that's an admission. Saying that is an admission that they're not really doing anything to help, right? Bankrupting the port of Eilat is not going to stop Israel trying to bomb the organization that tried to destroy their country, right? That's not how that works. All the Houthis can do is make a dent in Israel, right? One of those missiles might actually kill 2 Jews, okay? And they'd probably be civilians. But it's interesting that you would say that, because when he spoke about what should the Houthis do when there's a genocide in their backyard, Israel and Gaza is not in the Houthis' backyard. It's 1,000 miles away. The Houthis' backyard is Yemen. And right now, there are still people who are hungry in Yemen. There's still malnutrition in Yemen. There's still like severe malnutrition in Yemen. There's like really serious hunger issues there. And the Houthis are, so to say that as if like they don't matter, and the Houthis should just instead focus on diverting their resources into their little helicopters and their shitty rockets and going into the sea to kidnap sailors, because inshallah, maybe one of these like missiles will land in a field outside an airport, or maybe like if we kidnap enough people, then another port in Israel will go bankrupt. It's like, so really you're just going to like see the rest of the Arab world as like fodder. Then they don't matter. What the Houthis can do, the answer to that question, what should the Houthis do? The Houthis have the power to take care of their own people. They are in charge of 2/3 of the population in Yemen. They have the ability to stop kidnapping aid workers. The UN literally asked them to do this year. They have the ability to stop stealing aid and divert it equally amongst their population. They have the ability to seek diplomatic relations and normalization. Biden took them off the terror list specifically because that would help distributing aid across Yemen. And then they went and attacked a bunch of ships. The Houthis have the ability to they have the ability to try and use the resources that they have access to alleviate the suffering of their own people. And they would do a much better job of that than they ever will at destroying Israel or like kidnapping sailors and bankrupting ports. Like, it's just LARP. It's just entertainment for Westerners. Like, it's not achieving anything. And I just find that really interesting that it's like the Arabs are only ever viewed through the lens of how do we fuck with Israel? Even though all these groups, in order to do that, there's like this correlation almost between fucking your own society and trying to destroy Israel. Because the Yemens, the Houthi-controlled Yemen,
Sexuality,
like the Houthis fuck their own society. By the way, they do actually engage in practices that would easily be called slavery, right?
Yeah.
They kidnap Ethiopian migrants and force them to the front lines, promising them money, and they never give it to them. That's kind of like slavery. They have child soldiers. That's kind of like slavery. Children can't choose, especially if they're under like 14, 15. They arrest Yemeni women on trumped up charges of immodesty or like drug taking or prostitution or whatever, and then take those women and pass them around the security officials and force them to commit sexual acts on them, which is a form of slavery, like sexual slavery. They do all these things, and that's not from the Saudi press, by the way. This is from Yemeni lawyers and human rights organizations and from victims themselves. This is all attested to. Like, I'm sorry, if you think Ethiopian migrants are Saudi plants, well, go ahead. But and this is true with every organization that people support. Hezbollah have done fuck all to damage Israel. They've done a lot to damage Lebanon. They've done a lot to damage Syria. Iran, same thing with their own country. And I think that, I don't know, the sooner this kind of like worldview just dies, the better, because I think it's kind of clear now that they have failed. Hezbollah are not what they used to be. Assad is gone. The Iranians ran away from Yemen because they want to focus on, they're worried about Trump and the threats to their nuclear facilities and everything else. The Houthis have stood down from Trump. So I can't remember what the question was. I'm just saying, like, this whole idea of like trying to destroy Israel through force or even through like BDS and everything, it's always been a lost cause. And that's because people don't understand why Jews arrived there. They didn't arrive there for the same reason that the French went to Algeria, or the Dutch and the British went to South Africa. Most Israelis are there because their grandparents are refugees, like because they were fleeing. They were either running away from pogroms or from the Nazis and from the Middle East and North Africa. That's why they're there. And the problem is that you're never going to make them leave. You can get the French to leave Algeria. You're not going to get the Israelis to leave.
There's nowhere for them to go. I don't even understand the argument. Go where?
And you're also, and this is maybe the thing that I think Westerners have a bit of a harder time digesting because they're not used to it, but they're also not going to accept living as a minority. It's not because they're racist. I'm sure a lot of them are, but it's because everyone knows what happened to Jews who lived in Muslim majority countries.
So that was a big
point. They were not safe.
Hasan was calling me a racist piece of shit. Actually, he was calling me a racist piece of shit for just literally reciting the history of Jews fleeing persecution in Arab countries. He thought that was Zionist talking points.
Yeah, and there was a time when the Ottoman Empire had a golden age for Jews and Jewish safety. That's like 1,000 years ago. Dhimmitude was a thing. Like Jews were second-class citizens. They were accepted as a sparse, powerless, useless minority. In Fez in Morocco, if they walked past the mosque, they weren't allowed to wear shoes. When one sultan allowed them to wear shoes, people got angry and beat them up for it. So they weren't allowed to. It was very difficult for them to press charges if a Muslim ever committed crimes against them. In Algeria, before the French arrived, there were like 3 massacres of Jews in less than 30 years. So protection wasn't always offered there either. So it's like, that's the thing that I think people struggle with, is that in the the Golden Age wasn't Ottomans. It was, that wasn't Ottoman rule. Sorry. In the last 100 years, like Jewish people have not been able to be a minority in any Middle Eastern country. Lebanon, Syria, Libya, Morocco, Algeria, none of these countries were able to hold on to their Jewish populations. Even Iran, which somehow holds on to some of them, even their Jewish population is dropping. So if they can't do that, then I just think it's very weird for people to say when they talk about Israeli Jews being a minority in a one state of Palestine, then it's like, well, are you really suggesting that out of all the countries in the last 100 years, that Palestine will be the first one that takes care of their Jewish minority and respects them and gives them equal rights? Like
especially
Palestine,
after
the one group of people that has the most of an excuse to be anti-Semitic.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like Palestine, number one.
There's an insane conflict. They've been they've been on the receiving end of horrific violence for a long time. Yeah, that's kind of my point. Oh, well, that is my point, which is that it's not. In the video, I ask, is it really that crazy to not even be a little bit worried about your safety? And it's not reasonable to look at people and be like, actually, yes, there is a risk that there'll be a lot of violence against you, or maybe you'll be ousted, or maybe you'll become second-class citizens. There's a small chance of that happening. But I think you'll probably be okay. So you should take down your borders and dissolve your government. It's like no nation on earth in the whole history of Earth would ever do that. It's just illogical.
I mean, like South Africa did it, but then that's because anti-white racism has just never been as much of an issue as anti-Semitism. You'd think a left-winger would know that, right? Like, go figure. Yeah, anti-Semitism is a more valid concern than like the anti-white racism in South Africa. So, yeah, you're not going to convince people that Palestine will be the first Arab or Muslim majority country that treats its Jewish minority well. It's a stretch. The sooner people recognize that these are two national groups, both of them have a right to be there, both of them have very legitimate reasons for why they're there, and neither of them are going away. And which is why I just think it makes much more sense to learn that that what needs to be done is to find ways that can push these two groups, or like can make sure these two groups can actually live, Israelis in their place and Palestinians in theirs, and they can have like maybe one day there'll be softer borders or immigration and things like that, but they kind of need their states first, right?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately that was my driving point, was like, you need Palestinian self-determination, and Israel has a right to secure its borders. And without both of those things, like whatever solution there is needs to take both those things into account. Otherwise, there's always going to be a conflict. the biggest thing for me that I want people to understand is like basically the exodus of Jews out of Arab countries after 1948, which Hasan he says that entire notion is just propaganda, it's racism, it's lies. And I really don't even know what to say about that. It's just erasing their entire history. These idiots on the Arab podcast saying that Jews cooking hummus in Israel is cultural genocide. I mean, what kind of psychotic shit is that? But anyway, I think we've explored this quite well, and I appreciate your input on this. I thought it was a very interesting conversation, so I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with us.
Yeah, thanks for letting me yap. I love
and that's Lonerbox, if you guys want to watch him you stream on YouTube, right, primarily?
Yeah, Lonerbox live on YouTube.
There it is, guys. Thank you, man. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Lonerbox, everybody. That guy knows everything. He knows every damn thing. Now, actually, now's a good time to go. He touched on what's happening right now in Gaza. And I think now would be a good time to acknowledge basically that whatever's going on there right now, which is basically that Israel's cabinet approved a plan to seize and remain in Gaza Strip for an unspecified amount of time. The plan includes relocating hundreds of thousands of Palestinians to southern Gaza, which raises concerns for forcible displacement, obviously. And there's no timeline. There's no details. It's basically just, as he said, it's about to get a lot worse there. They're starting to recruit thousands of Israeli reservists. Trump, oh God, a visit by President Trump may delay implement. Oh, really? Trump is trying to slow them down? That's surprising.
Well, maybe. I wouldn't count on Trump being the one to pump the brakes on this one, personally. But
Grande.
I was reading this morning that he, in typical, always the salesman, right? He teased a big announcement about Gaza this morning in the next 24 hours. So,
it's called sport.
Oh, we're waiting for that.
We got a little teaser. It's like, just spit it out, man.
Please.
Like, what are you talking about?
Please.
Please.
But yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound naive, but I guess what else can we do but be hopeful that some sort of deal is struck?
He's got it.
I mean, if he does pull that off, then I will give him props, despite hating him more than almost anybody on this fucking planet.
Yeah.
If he can stop the killing,
well,
then,
he would
then
be.
That is a Trump W. But again, I don't know how optimistic you can reasonably be about that.
This ongoing war crime that Israel's committing on blocking humanitarian aid is now going into like an extremely long stretch. It's been
one element of it that really is blowing my mind, and I feel like people here should be up in arms about it. Not that there aren't plenty of people that are, but
healthy. They had great arms.
They're talking about taking over the aid distribution in Gaza, and specifically, there was some mention of using American contractor companies to do so.
Gross.
So again, how do we think that that's going to go? That we send a bunch of American, like, inevitably something's going to happen, and then are we going to get drawn directly into the conflicts?
Wow.
It just seems so insane to me to even suggest that, but yeah, I mean, I heard Loner alluding to this, but it seems like the Israeli society is starting to be at its wit's end with this. I mean, I saw the poll they was talking about too, that like 70% of the country now just wants to end the war immediately, get the hostages back, without the precondition that Hamas needs to go. It's just like, no, let's just end this immediately.
Yeah.
The blockage. Yeah. Oh, so sorry.
No, go ahead.
The blockage of the humanitarian aid is just simply a war crime.
Yeah, I mean, like it's unjustifiable.
I follow a reporter named Hasan who posted a video the other day where she's in tears and says, "We haven't had food, but everybody's almost out of water."
Yeah, water. I mean, even more than the food thing.
I saw a little documentary, and this was from the beginning of the war, where they were like baking shit from bird feed because they didn't have anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
I don't know why.
Nobody can defend this.
What's the
at this point. It's
strategic?
insane.
What's the strategic purpose of doing that? To just pressure, just to cause more pressure on everything in there?
I mean, it's a medieval siege tactic, right? I mean, it's like, it's just surround the castle and don't let anybody in and out until they starve or give up.
Well, we don't do that anymore, and it's a shame. It's just fucking insane what's going on there. So it's getting bad. It's bad, and it's going to get worse, unfortunately.
Unless Daddy Trump can save us. Donald Trump, save us. You remember that video?
America, grande, ultra.
Please, Donald Trump, save us.
Getting on with this, there's this really funny one that I want to hit on. I think we did enough of Hasan, honestly. We can get to the iDubbbz. The iDubbbz stuff. That Hasan stuff is depressing, dude. This one is actually kind of funny. This is the last one I'll do.
Sexuality, of course, is punishable by.
Bro, did he say the Houthis are doing the Roman salute? Like,
look at this
shit. Child soldiers, shelling civilian areas and blocking food from entering already famine-ruined parts of Yemen. They've also set up landmines in agricultural spots, making the fields virtually worthless. Women have virtually no rights, and homosexuality, of course, is punishable by.
Bro, did he say the Houthis are doing the Roman?
Wait, sorry, I think I missed
Israel
it.
Here, and his organization.
Yeah, here it is.
I do not love Israel, and I do not love the terrorism of America. So no, this is untrue.
The Houthis.
And yes, this is what it looks like. They are hiling Hitler.
The Houthis are.
So the Houthis do heil Hitlers. And then Hasan comes back and tries to be like, they're not doing that, but he has no explanation.
Making the fields virtually worthless. Women have virtually no rights, and homosexuality, of course, is punishable by.
Bro, did he say the Houthis are doing the Roman salute like they're doing the Hitler salute? Is that what he said?
That's literally what they're doing.
You're right. They all have. You see that, guys? Once again, they have the copy of Mein Kampf. The Houthis. The Houthis.
He's doing the Israeli genocidal maniac accent. I mean, listen, bro, just contend with it. They're doing Nazi salutes, man, and it's not surprising. I mean, they fucking hate Jewish people. They want to kill them all, or at least all the ones in Israel. And it's not that big of a stretch to think that they would admire Hitler.
They have the copy.
The Houthis, by the way, because people want to say that I'm being like Islamophobic, not Arabs at large. The terrorist group whose flag says death to, says curse upon the Jews, that one.
Is punishable by.
Bro, did he say the Houthis are doing the Roman salute like they're doing the Hitler salute? Is that what he said? Yeah, dude, you're right. They all have. You see that, guys? Once again, they have the copy of Mein Kampf. The Houthis. The Houthis. They have the copy of Mein Kampf. They are sick heiling for Adolf Hitler. They are sick heiling for Adolf Hitler. Everybody knows.
What a disgusting fucking rat of a human being. This is like perfectly personifies this anti-intellectualism of that TikTok we watched in the beginning. That is literally what he does. It's a disgrace.
I haven't seen it. Just in the interest of fairness, can you continue playing it? I would like to hear what the explanation is.
Just keep playing that's the best part.
But I want to see if he has an explanation for why.
The best part, Dan.
Oh, okay.
Keep playing it.
I'm going to play it.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to play it right now.
Okay.
Play the fucking clip, Ethan.
I'm going to play it.
I wasn't sure if you were saying that was the best part of the clip.
No. I'm going to play it, okay?
Okay.
Whoa. Windy or something?
Yeah, you know.
Like our roof was
just
keep
playing
it. All right, here it is.
It's just a grid that's about to fall down. Don't worry.
Yeah, there's nothing heavy above your head at all.
Dude, I literally had a fear that I'm going to die.
No,
collapsing on me.
You
Not
would
after
sit
we
right.
saw the workers crawling around up there. Did we tell you about the guy who was
on the pipes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty good.
No, don't worry. If it falls, it'll fall right around you, and you'll be sitting in like a Three Stooges or whatever, like right in the window when the
Buster
thing falls.
Keaton.
Yeah.
Buster Keaton.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you.
That's
guys.
so mean.
I got you.
Yeah.
Anyway, here it is. They're not doing a Nazi salute. They're doing I don't know. Yes, this is what it looks like. They are hiling Hitler.
The Houthis are an Islam.
Again, he's basically hysterically laughing to once again paint me as some silly, paranoid Jew.
Oh,
what's so funny about that?
Yeah. Yeah, they're fucking, that's what they're doing.
You tell me what they're doing.
They learned anti-Semitism from reading Culture of Critique, I heard. And then they got really invested in Reddit. And they went on a deep dive into the dark side of the internet. And then lo and behold, they were all radicalized like some dumb fuck teenager in America.
This is like straight up like more bigotry of the low expectations, which is what he's like, of course they don't know anything about the Second World War, about Hitler. They're fucking Yemen, dude. They don't know shit. Of course they hate Jews. They're poor Yemenis people. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they definitely are a big Adolf fans.
Somebody asked him, well, what were they doing?
So why do they do that salute? I mean, I'm genuinely
I'm
curious.
with you, but what's the counterpoint to the curse the Jews bit on the flag? I'm going to explain it, but I'm not going to.
He says...
I'm with you, but what's the counterpoint to the curse the Jews bit on the flag? I'm going to explain it, but I'm not going to actually explain it myself. I'm going to use the words of Norm Finkelstein, which Ethan loves. Talking about.
Well, he's talking about the flag now.
Yeah, the flag.
I'm specifically interested in what.
There's a couple
what
things
the
that you need to understand that many of you are completely
maybe we can find it in the transcript.
Oblivious to political
but essentially,
conflict.
he says, "I don't know what they're doing." That's what he says.
Okay.
But he laughed at me for suggesting they're doing what appears to be an extremely intentional Heil Hitler.
I recognize that I am far from an expert on Yemeni culture, and I don't maybe they coincidentally use that same salute for unrelated to Nazi reasons.
United States Commission on International Religious Freedom, link to the report. If you search this report, this is uscirf.gov. So this is an official commissioned report on Houthi religious freedoms in Houthi, and if you do Control F, Nazi, here it links to them and saying they're doing a Nazi salute. It says here, the slogan is taught to Yemeni children at aforementioned Houthi summer camps, and videos have circulated on social media of Houthi militiamen chanting it while giving the Nazi salute. And then it links to this video. A video has surfaced online depicting supporters of the Iranian-backed Houthi militia performing Nazi salutes and shouting anti-American, anti-Semitic slogans.
Okay, right.
Yeah, so
certainly doesn't look great.
But imagine just laughing and then having no retort, and that's enough. It's mind-blowing.
Flicks around the world, and I'm here to explain it to you. I've already...
Yeah, try to... I don't have to watch more than this that I need to, but... You could probably find the timestamp. Oh, you did find it? Nice.
Somebody dug it up.
I had to make a gesture exactly like this, the Oath of Allegiance, when I turned 18. It was required to enlist in the Brazilian army. Yeah, there's the Mexican salute as well.
I've never seen a Mexican heiling Hitler,
salute.
But if you say so. And apparently the Brazilians are walking around heiling Hitler too, according to Hasan.
Brazilian salute. Let's see.
Also, I'm pretty sure Mexico just does a normal salute.
Can you explain?
Yeah, you mean like
that.
Yeah.
And the difference between this and the Elon thing? Yes, Elon is in the United States of America, where anyone that does that salute in the United States of America is very clearly doing that to fucking say that they love Adolf Hitler.
I mean, that is also true.
What the fuck?
But Adolf Hitler is not some obscure historical figure.
Right, that's kind of where I'm struggling with this explanation.
He thinks these people are dumb as fuck.
I don't want to put words in his mouth, but...
Well, I mean, that's the implication.
I feel like it is somewhat... I feel it's a reasonable conclusion to arrive at. I was willing to hear out the counter-argument, but...
If you Google Mexican salute...
Oh, they are holding it out.
It's chest level. That's not a Nazi salute. Right?
Yeah, technically. I gotta say it's getting close. It's getting close.
No way, bro. This is there's a big difference. Like they can't even clip this. They can't even put this online.
They'll try.
They'll try, but it's not. Nobody's buying that.
They'll certainly try.
And then what's the Brazilian one? That
too close.
I'm
to
not
comfort.
Mexican or Brazilian, so I don't. You know, we
Well, I know
have
there's
lots
no-
of Mexican and Brazilian fans in the audience. Let me look at the chat. Chat is
The chat
is
I've been
this-
saying they've been rejecting the Mexican salute, comparing it to the Nazi salute.
I've
lot
never
of them
heard that
saying
dialogue.
Mexicans
I don't
don't-
think
and I agree.
anybody. I don't think anybody confuses the two.
Mexican here. We do not do it in all caps. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I mean, right. And then, what a fucking weird lie.
We ain't doing that.
We ain't doing that shit. Here he continues to try to explain it.
Yes, if you see this in the Western world, if you see this in Ukraine, if you see this in places where
Ukraine.
like
Okay. When the Ukrainians, he has this. He believes that the Ukrainians are Nazis.
right.
No, we ain't doing that.
We ain't doing that.
are a part of the Western sphere of influence, then they abso-fucking-lutely are doing this as a Nazi salute.
Okay. And in Yemen?
Yemen isn't in the Western sphere of influence.
This dum-dum was cited Der Stürmer during the Holocaust? Yeah. So, Arab News, the English language daily newspaper published in Saudi Arabia. It is published from Riyadh. The target audience...
Okay. All right. So there it is.
So the argument is that because the article that you pulled up earlier is a Saudi newspaper, it's not credible.
That's
on,
what
on the Nazi.
he does that about the slavery, about the Houthi slaves.
Right. I understand that like Saudi Arabia has been at war with the Houthis for a long time, so approaching that maybe with some skepticism. But I mean,
yeah, I don't think he's even addressing this specific thing. It's about the claim that Houthis have slaves. And he's like, dude, it's just from this fucking newspaper.
I guess my attitude is that, you know, I personally don't know enough about it to immediately jump to the conclusion. Laughing at it immediately as being completely absurd, from my perspective, seems like a jump. Like, what I'm trying to say is I feel like it's a fair assumption that the group of military dudes doing the Nazi salute
that's part
are
of
probably doing a Nazi salute. But, you know.
It's every time I perceive anti-Semitism in any way, I'm hallucinating, I'm psychotic, I'm crazy, it doesn't exist, I'm paranoid. Let me decide what's anti-Semitic.
Here's a 25-month member. Well, we do that literally every Monday. It's chest level, though. And being a middle school teacher, I do have to police my kids from not from not going higher.
In Mexico?
I see the chat
I don't know.
saying,
They didn't say if they were Mexican or Brazilian, but
I
yeah.
do see the chat saying it's just for allegiance to the flag. It's not like a normal salute.
It's like doing the
It's a
Pledge of
very
Allegiance with
specific
the hand
thing.
over the heart thing.
I do think that's
basically.
a material difference.
Right.
The degree of angle. Anywho. Let's see. Remember he laughed in my face for this. Yeah. He'll be like, well, what does it matter anyway? Who cares? Okay, fine, they're doing a Nazi salute. Who cares? And it's like, well, I mean, yeah, I understand why they hate Israel, but this is, you know, about killing every Jew. Anywho, having so much fun here, guys.
For real.
Who knew that addressing this Hasan thing would be so depressing? But
well, we're 2.5 hours in. We have about an hour left. So I know that you wanted to address some further things in the iDubbbz video.
Yeah,
you
let's get on with
gears
that.
into your other ongoing battle.
I want
the other front.
I know we're on a two-front war.
This is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible.
The iDubbbz one is way more fun.
That is true.
I want to lock it up
feels
with
so
him.
much less intense.
Yeah, I just want to lock it up with Ian and then like just move the fuck on. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm gonna do right now. But only after I go potty.
You're gonna go potty first?
I have to. I just have to.
I don't know. You survived 5 hours the other day, whatever it was. And there it is. The God Cam is back, people. It was gone. It was down. But now it's back. He's up. All right, let me take a look at some of these wonderful people that have been sending money. I've noticed as they were going by today, that a lot of people adding $1 extra, following Ethan's example. For instance, here's an $11 donation from Charlie. Thank you. There is what else we got here? There's a $51 one, a $101 one here. Oh, also from Charlie. Charlie. Thank you, Charlie.
There's a couple of
Charlie bit my finger. Remember that? Y'all remember when Charlie bit his finger? That kid? That was classic. Classic internet juice. That shit killed back in the day. That was like the funniest video your mom has ever seen in 2009.
I hope they're doing okay.
Those kids are probably like fucking in college now, huh?
Yeah.
I hope they are doing okay. Hope they have a fulfilling life. Here is a message from Lemons in My Cheeks for $100. Thank you very much. My son is getting out of NICU tomorrow. Is that natal intensive care unit?
Yeah, the NICU.
The NICU?
For babies.
I see. Well, that's wonderful news. I wanted to thank you all for keeping me sane during this stay. I know there's been a lot of chaos lately, but I want to remind you all that you make an extremely positive impact in a ton of people's lives. Peace and love. Thank you very much. And I'm happy to hear that your child is getting out of there okay.
All love to you and your baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God, congratulations on your baby.
Congratulations. Let's see. Here's some fun Pope lore from Four Loko with Knife. Love your name. $10 donation. If y'all want some fun Pope lore, there was a thing called the Avignon papacy, where there were 3 self-proclaimed popes. Oh, yeah, I kind of remember this. And they all excommunicated each other. Hell yeah. Wow. Yeah, there was also there were periods of times where there was a pope and an anti-pope. Right?
Oh, evil pope? Oh shit.
Well, I don't think it was evil. I think both of them thought they were pope and referred to the other one as the anti-pope. I guess kind of similar to this situation, but this is a 3-way battle. This is even more exciting.
Right there.
Let's see, anti-pope.
Yeah, no, you're right. If you wanna become the pope, you become the anti-pope to counteract.
I see.
Pretty epic.
Person who claims to be the Bishop of Rome and the leader of the Roman Catholic Church in opposition to the legitimately elected Pope. Got it. Yeah. I'm praying we don't wind up with an anti-Pope this time.
I'm
praying. Do we still have a live feed of... well, I guess we saw the smoke.
They shut it down.
It's GG. It's GG, no re. Huh?
Because they're done.
They finished for the day. That was why the black smoke came up. And then if it's white smoke, that means...
done.
That means they've made a selection and they're about to announce.
They're all old as fuck. They need to go lay down.
Yeah.
They're hours and hours ahead. It's probably it was
like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I think it was like 10 p.m.
That's pretty impressive for a group of
For a bunch of oldies, that's
Wouldn't
late.
they have fun when they do this? Like,
Probably.
if they have like fun side games while everyone votes.
They close
Mario
the door.
Kart.
Well, they lock themselves in there until they pick one. So they
Gotta
probably
do
are up
something.
to something in there, yeah.
Wait, when you say lock themselves in, are they not allowed to leave at all?
I think so, yeah.
They
Well,
have, like,
not the
bunk
room,
beds?
but it's like a church or whatnot. I think that's the
They're
lore.
locked in the 16th chapel.
Right, yeah.
With like bunk beds and shit?
No,
Like,
no.
They like sleep there?
They're sequestered not into the chapel, but into the grounds of the Vatican.
Don't worry, Dan. They have lavish.
Oh yeah,
I know it's
donations, I'm
pretty it's pretty nice in there.
Yeah, I heard those Catholics got a little coin.
Got a coin or two.
All right, let's get on with some fun stuff, which is this bozo Ian, who I actually feel bad for, honestly, now. I genuinely do.
Hey, dunking on him feels a little wrong after that clip we watched earlier.
God, it's like kicking someone when they're down. But anyway, here's where we left off. So let's pull it up. There's some great moments coming up. This is not the timestamp. I remember saying we stopped at 17 minutes.
Oh, I thought we had a timestamp at the pause point.
That's what it says, but it just opened.
Oh God, this is a boring clip. I thought we had a better clip. Jeez, next
I
time.
don't know why I remember
Docket
this,
team?
but I think we stopped at 17 minutes.
Bro, give me the meat of the clip.
That sounds about right.
and 20 seconds, actually, to be even more specific. I remember that. I'm going to play it.
So, yes, anyone who's seeing that
family.
content might be concerned enough to call CPS, including Ethan's own chat, which, by the way, is not...
Okay, never mind. Fuck this guy. I'm back. Fuck you, dumbass loser.
Not a measly number. It's about 26,000 at the time of this stream. So there are 26,000 people listening to Ethan go into great detail over 7 or 8 minutes about diarrhea, viscosity of diarrhea, his child having giardia, him and his whole family having giardia. They're calling it the poop house. Now what Ethan does...
The dreaded poop house.
They're all calling it that. The poop
The
house.
people, they're calling it the poop house. Everybody's calling it the poop house.
The Klein house is not a place to be for kids.
Poopy house.
Did we show how the person who left the poop house comment, or no, it was one of the comments was like,
Kaka
I was
Klein,
just
I think.
Kaka Kleins.
Yeah.
Did we show that? I think we did.
I think we talked about it.
We did.
Yeah.
I recognize a lot of those showers.
I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna let it play.
Does, instead of taking any responsibility for sharing too much on his live stream, is that he decides to attack specific creators like Denims and say she was the source of the CPS call because her...
Bro, there's no denying that. Let's see. I'm sure he'll show a fair assessment of what Denims was saying 3 days before.
Chat was reacting to Ethan and saying, wow, this is concerning.
Is on her platform right now advocating for our children to be... Ethan is attempting to smear Denims, who did not condone the call. What does that have to do with anything? Forcibly removed from us by Child Protective Services.
The problem with this CPS thing is that Ethan has proven to be a manipulative piece of shit. So when he calls on me to defend him...
You got me.
What the fuck am I meant to do? I don't trust you, and I'm glad I didn't trust you, because in your video defending yourself, you used a video that takes context from...
Guys, get ready to have your mind blown.
Okay.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in any video ever. This is the... Get ready.
Like 3 different places and combines them to make it seem like someone is coordinating an attack on you.
Love made a good point. You said, is this every comment? I believe this is a live feed of the chat. This isn't edited.
What about the top right? I thought these were...
No, it's this, I think when you full screen it... No, this is an edit. It's a cutout of the full chat. It's just enlarged there.
Oh, really?
Over the screen, yeah.
They're different.
Oh, so at first I made that mistake. I genuinely thought that.
You're a boomer.
But then, like soon afterwards,
yeah, I mean, we were arguing with you about it. Love corrected you.
Yeah, you were being a boomer, but I think it was very clear for most people watching that you were.
I think you were the only one that thought that.
Yeah.
Well, right, okay, maybe. But then her explanation is just like, oh yeah, that was only 50 messages over 5 minutes.
Right, this argument...
I'm like, that sounds horrible.
Right.
This is not what podcasting is.
This argument... yes.
Let me play it.
Those chat messages are not the entirety of the chat. That's correct. It's just some of the chat. I don't personally think that makes it much better.
Completely immaterial.
All right.
Considering how many there are. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not timed. It's not timed the same way.
But it sounds like based on this clip, you knew that it was bullshit, and you just went with it anyway.
So he's suggesting that the messages were fabricated or something. They were all very real, my friend. And she doesn't even deny that, you dipshit.
Klein uses this very deceptively edited video that is just like doing this smooth scroll to make it seem like that's all of Denim's chat. But that's not what it is. And then when he's called out on it, he hides it. He moves his window over the real chat.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly.
Hey, genius, where was we supposed to put the video? Over her fucking face or over the chat we're looking at?
Why'd you do that, Ethan?
Yeah, why'd you
Why'd you do that,
By the
bro?
way,
Why'd you do that, dude?
By the way, Ian knows I have a live switcher. He's done this show many times. How the fuck am I switching? That's not my job.
You must have sent a little message.
Nate it's such a stupid fucking point.
Yeah, I'm shooting.
His claim is that I'm covering this window to obscure my shameless lie. And even if that's true, it's dumb as fuck because at certain points he shows that part is not even covered up. even as it is.
Small children. I mean, much like many other
Reading
illnesses,
the chat, co-signing
it's very,
it.
very, very dangerous.
Now pay attention to her chat. Bro, look. You can see the chat already here. We put it in front of her face, and then we move it so you can see her face. The chat's here in your own fucking call out.
Housekeeper anymore.
If I was trying to hide it, I'd leave the window there the whole time.
Wait, it says example 2, Ethan covering the real chat. So is it about to move in a moment?
Yes.
See, he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit.
Checkmate.
And he has kids, and his kids like.
Why does it have to be anyone?
Bro, are you actually not? Okay, Ian, you tell me, where's that? Where should we put that? Where should we have put that? Where would have been better? Holy shit, dude.
And you could argue that we should have just taken you off the screen entirely.
That'd be fine. Hey, if you have criticism for Nate, he's back over there.
I'm gonna have a talk with him after the show today.
Nate, you did great. You did nothing.
Thank
You did nothing wrong at all. That was the correct place to put it. I mean, that window was very small and it was immaterial. You were not wrong. Capiche?
Anyone else's fault but your own. Take some fucking responsibility. It's just so bizarre that Ethan would expect Anissa.
Now, you want to know what a dumb piece of shit he is? Either fully incompetent or fully malicious. But either way, fully a total dumbass. And that last clip he showed, he accuses me of covering up the chat to hide my shame that it's a fabrication. Wow, Ethan is such a bad... Let's go to 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes before this clip he played. Dude, and he's so mean to denims.
And then there's the one thing I forgot we do need to mention is that the top right is the full chat, right?
Yeah. So just to make a correction.
Okay.
This is the live chat.
Okay.
This is a highlight of all the CPS calls, which, by the way, is extraordinarily large amount. It's something like 50-something chats over the course of like 3 minutes. This is what happened when you pull clips from Snark. You look like a fucking idiot because these people are liars, malicious liars. This was 2 minutes before the clip you showed. 2. How'd you miss that one, bud? You couldn't be fucked to watch 2 minutes before? And that is basically your entire chat putting forth this notion of calling CPS unmoderated, unchecked, uncorrected. This is the behavior that Ian... I feel like we explained that pretty clear. I feel like people do this all the time, too, these days. Like, we try to disclose something as clear as possible, and then they're like, we don't need that part.
That's why we
need this disclosure.
I was about to say that's why we got the new graphic.
Yeah. Just all of them at once.
Yeah. Just leave that on, Nate.
This is not out of context. Maybe there's more something like this is not the full context of the clip.
That's funny.
Right.
Just to get ahead of it.
There is the existence of time and space prior to and following this.
Correct.
This clip.
Correct. What a dumbass loser, idiot. This is the content cop guy. I mean, talk about sloppy and loser behavior. What a dumbass. Can't believe I felt bad for you. By the way, Anissa reached out. She wants to meet at the Motel 6 tonight at 11.
Excuse me?
Because I'm going to fuck him for her? Because she's the cuck? No good?
Okay, Ian?
Him.
Right.
Anissa reached out to me.
You know, the first time that you made the Anissa the cuck joke, it hit
what
really
happened?
good.
Well,
and I feel like each subsequent one we're getting further and further.
What was wrong with the one with that? I thought that
it just sounded weird. It kind of creepy.
Well, it is. That's her thing. I wasn't going to show up, by the way.
Okay.
I was going to send fake Ethan.
Jewish.
Stop talking about Jewish people. Thank you, Nate.
Statement when Denims herself already made a statement about it and said that she does not condone calling CPS.
So we're talking about CPS. 1, I don't condone. 2, I've never condoned it.
This is just, he has the brain of a baby. I don't give a fuck if she condones it after the fact. The point is that she irresponsibly showed bad empanada saying that my kids were crawling around eating dog shit. Can we please be real for a second? Please, begging you.
And you will not be able to find a clip of me saying, yes, we should do this, because it doesn't exist. I've literally...
Yeah, I never accused you of that. It's still your fault, in my opinion. Dummy, loser, idiot.
Literally given Ethan Klein credit on multiple times or multiple instances, and I will do it again.
Because we're on a delay. They're only now getting to the Anissa Hotel thing.
It's funny. They're laughing, right?
Like,
Jewish.
No, everybody loved that.
I don't think so.
No, you got it all wrong.
And I think if people are being 100% honest, they'd give you a different answer than what you're expecting.
That's what I'm saying. She said, hey, Ethan, meet me at the Motel 6 tonight at 11.
Jewish.
Yeah, it just...
That's where the cuck chair is, right? It's in the Motel 6 or something?
Yeah.
It looks like
it's
a motel.
The delivery, and it's just, there's a few...
I did not deliver it with a lot of confidence.
You have to know the context of the previous joke. That's
right,
why.
yeah. That too. It relies, it's kind of a callback, and the callback is from 2 days ago, so it just...
Yeah.
It's kind of like a whoa moment.
It's a 3-parter.
I got to wake people up, you know?
See if they're paying attention.
That conversation was a little,
Okay, to be fair, one person in all caps said, Dan, it was funny. So you've got them.
That's my boy. What's their name?
Cat Sunday.
Cat Sunday. I see you.
Right now for not showing photos of his kids.
Part of my criticisms of Ethan initially was the openness. I think it's a problem that you are that open, Ethan.
I think you should mind your own fucking business about how I do my podcast. I mean, yours has like 3,000 views. Maybe if anyone, you know who's being too open? You, Mr. fucking poo-poo in your pants.
Horrible.
Mr. Make a diarrhea in your pants.
I mean, you would do the same.
Yeah, but I'm not embarrassed by it. Anissa humiliated this poor man. Don't make me pull it up again. This man has told me what podcasting is and how open to be emotionally with my audience. Any other pointers, podcasting master Ian? Well, you know I'm very open about everything. As part of how I wanted to conduct myself and how I wanted to relate to the audience is to be open as possible about every fucking thing in my life.
It is not strictly a benefit to be as open as possible on your podcast.
It's...
You know what? That part's fair.
Listen, you can have your opinion about it, but this is how I decided to do the show. And I personally think that it's working. And I'm being genuine and I'm being myself, Ian. That is I know that's a foreign concept to you. He's trying to find himself. He doesn't know who he is. As Hasan said, he looked in the mirror. He doesn't recognize himself anymore. You know, but this is my decision. Dummy, loser, idiot, scumbag, dork, caca pants, poo-poo pants.
Ethan was just sharing his thoughts.
You know what? I don't like to speculate, but he for sure wears a dildo on his forehead when they have sex. I don't know.
Okay.
Nothing. You know, one of those things. It's like headgear, and it's just a dildo on the forehead,
like a unicorn.
Yeah. That's a really good comparison. You want to hit me with crickets or something, Zach? Or you?
You don't even get the crickets.
I'm just letting you cook.
Thanks, buddy. Once again, watch the chat. They're gonna love that one.
That one's gonna.
That's what we were thinking. We were speculating.
What is happening?
Sonny's crawling.
What?
Oh, stop it. You guys love it. You know
Question mark tomatoes.
No, that shit's funny. That's what they...
Okay, I'm seeing LMAOs.
Yeah.
Lamaus, LOL.
Yeah, Lamau.
Okay. This one was a more mixed reception. Some people, the button emoji, a lot of button emoji, but a lot of LOLs.
I thought about hitting the button on that. I did. I'm not going to lie. That's part of what I do here. I don't lie. I'm honest. I thought about hitting the button on it. I'm not ashamed to admit that. around. He's putting everything in his mouth. He's at that age. He has giardia.
We were speculating.
Oh,
And now Hila has giardia.
Shut.
Be open as possible about every fucking thing in my life.
Really? How
Yeah,
many siblings?
sorry, I didn't realize people were going to invent some fucking psychotic fantasy and then it be spread by people like Denims to the point where CPS was called. You're right. I should have preempted that happening. Bro, I can't get over the fact that he's using Bill Burr clips. It literally is like 10 years ago, man. You were doing the N-word when this clip was played. You want to talk about, you know what I mean? The time, the temporal, you were the N-word guy back then, my friend.
What is the relevance of the Bill Burr clip?
That I don't understand people's boundaries. And his only example of that is a moment from a podcast 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Possible about every fucking thing in my life.
Really? How many siblings do you have?
I don't know, dude. The internet's too fucking weird to give out all that information.
Oh, you don't even want to say how many because you're afraid that it will
Yeah, by all means,
compromise
keep
your
talking
privacy.
about it.
On top of Ethan,
By the way, we've relitigated this, Ian. He was being a dick. My follow-up question was completely fine. I didn't ask how many. I asked, oh, you're afraid. Bitch. I called him a bitch to his face. No, I'm kidding. I respect Bill Burr. But he did. We also found clips of him on other people's shows being like, oh, yeah, I have this many family members. It's like, what? But anyway, you really got me on that one, Ian. You really fucked me up on that, dude.
In characterizing me and my wife as anti-Semitic, he also takes a dig at my tattoos.
Bro, you literally look like... Uh-oh! We went there. A fucking free tattoo pack that you get for 25 cents from a windy thing, bro. Posting my dubs. Like, literally, my kids have cooler fucking tattoos from Chuck E. Cheese. Bro looks like he just went to the menu and was like, I'll take that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one.
I have quite a few options here. I can show your tattoos in all of their glory, or I can show that your tattoo made it to the top of awful taste but great execution.
First of all, I didn't know that, but I think you got to spend less time on Reddit, frankly. I mean, these dumb snarker scumbags were posting this everywhere on all these subreddits. I'm not surprised they got one through somewhere. Yeah, listen, it's okay to think it's bad. It's fine. I think yours are bad. So there's that. Loser. No, Ian's are specifically bad. It's all the same fucking tattoo. Like, these are sentimental at least. This dude is just like, I'll take the eagle. Give me the eagle.
Right. I mean, true.
Like, grow up, bro. What's next? Barbed wire and skulls on fire? That's actually would be even cooler than what he has.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds kind of all right.
Subreddit, which is not a good thing. I mean, it might be a good thing for the artists that you work with because that means that they did a good job from a technical standpoint, but it's sort of a...
He's like, awful taste but great execution, bro. You were on that. This dude is on Reddit too much. Too much, my friend. This is what happens when you listen to Snark. This man's life is ruined. Snark ruined this man's life.
I don't know if his life's ruined.
We'll see.
Seems like a little extreme.
The story's not over. This event is not happening.
Oh, 10 gifted podcast memberships from Hila Klein.
Oh, hello, Hila.
And a $10 donation that says shout out from the Kaka House.
From the what house?
From the Kaka House.
Oh, Kaka House, represent.
Ethan was dumping...
Yeah, and by the way, something that I wanted to read, there was a post by a doctor, and this is really the main point of it. This is by a parasitologist, a person who studies parasites.
Oh.
So this is their opinion on Ian's justification of calling CPS. I'm the head mod of parasitology. Dude, that's credentials. And our parasite.
Okay, I'm not gonna take anything away from this person, but I don't know if that counts as a credential.
Well,
being
how about
the
they have a
moderator of
PhD in
subreddit.
biology?
Yeah, that sure.
And I have even named a parasite species.
Okay, I mean that's actually super cool.
What about the movie Parasite? Are they in?
What do they think of the film Parasite?
Yeah, that's true. I'll ask.
Interesting.
Did they star in it even?
I'm the dude in the basement.
Spoiler, dude.
Whatever. That movie's dumb. That movie's so overrated. Oh my god.
What? That's a good movie.
It's not.
Overrated?
Overrated.
Shut
Boring.
up,
Oh, give me a fucking
It's a
break.
beautiful movie.
Give me a break.
You love that?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Dude, that movie's fucking awesome.
I'm the only one. Okay.
Yeah, you are.
I think you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's say okay. Let's drill down a little bit. You say it's overrated. That doesn't actually necessarily mean because it won Best Picture, right? So you
Yes.
think maybe so? Was there another film that year that you were really pulling for? That you
No, I
feel
just-
was snubbed?
I'm not. No. I'm just
Okay.
saying that I think it gets way too much.
It was a 99% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's what I'm saying. Overrated.
Where should it be?
80?
I think it needs
80.
Okay. I mean, I disagree, but at least you didn't. You're not saying.
I think
like,
it's a bad movie.
Right. Okay.
I think it needs more praise. I don't think it's praised enough.
Okay. All right. Underrated.
That 90. We gotta get that 99 up to 100.
99 is
So,
ridiculous.
I watched it after all the awards and all the acclaim and everyone raving about it. So I sat down and watched it, and at the end, I was like, "That was okay."
Well, maybe the expectations were set too high or something. Unfortunately, that director just had a movie bomb this year with
Mickey
our boy
17.
Edward from
they're doing
Twilight.
the M. Night Shyamalan.
Huh?
They're doing the Shyamalan.
I hope he doesn't turn into a Shyamalan. I don't know. I haven't actually seen it. Was that movie Mickey 17?
Yeah, I saw it. It was okay.
That seemed to be the consensus. is
It's
that
like
it was
so
okay.
whatever.
Guys,
Too many
I-
ideas at once.
Guys, I have the moderator of Parasitology here.
Okay.
For fun, I make educational videos about parasitology. Channel is called Worm Talk 94. Okay, hold on. I got to check that out. Yo, Ian, I hope you're fucking
Worm
paying
Talk
attention.
94.
This is real authority. Unironically, though, actually a real authority. Worm Talk. Let's see. 2 weeks ago, the parasite found in your garden, friend or
Dude,
foe?
I've been loyal throughout everything, but this may be the end for me, Ethan. This is for your parasite take. There's a rebellion. We're having a
Y'all been
rebellion
infected.
in the chat.
You all been infected. That's all I got to say. Let's see what Worm Talk is up to.
What you're looking at here is a tomato hornworm, which is a common pest found in gardens all across North America, where it can be found eating your tomatoes, peppers,
This is
eggplants,
worm
and potatoes.
_talk
Now, if you
94.
found
Are we
this
sure this is the same channel?
Yeah.
There's no underscore.
Yeah, that's not the same.
How many Worm Talk 94 is talking about
Well, there could be
parasitology?
94.
Yeah, 93, presumably.
Let me look. Worm Talk 93.
See?
Oh.
It's a whole
Told
different
you.
ballgame. Why
92.
wouldn't it show that channel?
What you're looking at here is a tomato hornworm, which is a common
I'm trying to
pest
learn about
found
the
in
tomato
gardens all
horn, please.
across North America, where it can be found eating your tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and potatoes.
No
now,
way.
if you found this pain in your garden, I assume your first thought would be to remove the little bastard and save your plants. However, you might want to reconsider that approach, because what if I told you that this little fella isn't alone and is actually a Trojan horse here to save your garden?
Oh,
Well, that's
I'd be
because
really
this
thrilled.
particular caterpillar is very unlucky and is currently resident to some parasitoid wasps. You see all those white growths on the
That is-
caterpillar? Well, those are actually
Oh, that's sad. Now I'm depressed.
I don't buy it. I don't
This
believe
guy's
that.
full of shit.
Yeah, that seemed like bullshit to me personally.
As I like clearing up myths about parasites, as such, I thought it would time to weigh in on the current discussion about Giardia, and there seems to be mischaracterizations of the disease to support a narrative. Now, before I start, I just want to preface, I have never watched Ethan's content or iDubbbz content. I'm sure there are valid criticism on both sides. Oh, really? Oh, really, Worm Talk 94? What are the valid ones? On both sides, I'm not interested in discussing who's right and who's wrong. However, I feel like Ethan's Giardia situation is being misrepresented. So first, the biology of the parasite. Little background on biology. Giardia is a protozoan parasite that is transmitted via fecal contamination. The disease is often referred to as beaver fever and is fairly common in people that go hiking, camping.
It is?
Yeah, that's right, beaver fever.
This would be such a funnier story if we were calling it that the whole time. Damn, I feel like we've been missing out. It's got the beaver fever.
It sounds like you want to fuck animals. That's what I got the beaver fever.
JRH.
JR, get on over here, pony. Little missus. This is often referred to as beaver fever and is fairly common in people that go hiking, camping, spending time outdoors. 15,000 cases reported in 2019, In the U.S., the main way people obtain this is by drinking contaminated water, which has the parasite stages swimming around, typically the water edge for a lake, which likely got contaminated from a wild animal with the parasite. It's very common in wild animals. It is very common in wild animals. Now, the way the parasite works is it attaches to a section in your intestines responsible for fat absorption, and this prevents your body from properly absorbing fats, which is also the reason it is associated with water and foul-smelling diarrhea. Because your body isn't absorbing properly, this can also make it more messy than standard diarrhea. Is it reasonable to think that Ethan's paternal duties were bad due to his children catching Giardia? Which, by the way, nobody, again, for the record, only Olive had Giardia. Everyone else was not having
False
Giardia.
alarm.
But anyway, let's just, for the sake of Ian's video, assume everybody got Giardia. Now, E's dog likely got it from a wild animal passing through their yard. Well, so he misses she was a puppy and came to us with it. But okay, it's fairly common. I know of people whose dogs have had Giardia, and I'm in New Jersey. Now, once his dog had Giardia, it probably made a mess both in the yard and probably had accidents in the house. She never pooped in the house or had an accident in the house. This is common under any circumstance. Unfortunately, he has young kids who put everything in their mouth. So this easily could have happened in the yard or in the house. A dog could have had some residual material on it that could have easily spread to a child, or child could have picked up a contaminated piece of grass, or the dog could have licked it in the mouth, etc. There's literally tons of options, and it's not really that hard to imagine. Again, this is a very messy illness, so it's not hard to believe that feces would be everywhere. Also, children love to not only put things in their mouth, they often put their hands in other people's mouths too, which could have helped the parasite spread from person to person. Lastly, Giardia takes a few weeks to develop, 1 to 3 weeks. Oh, well, then if I knew that, then I would have
known it wasn't that.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it was like
it was shortly after,
a day or two after
you adopted the dog. Yeah.
When you're here, your family.
So his child could pick up the disease well before they realized their dog has something wrong. Other fecal oral parasite diseases that are super common in America. Fecal oral parasites are not indicative of an unsanitary household when children get infected. Children are just a little gross sometimes, putting everything in their mouths, and fecal oral disease in children is fairly common. Another extremely common parasite found in children is pinworms, with 20% of all American children getting pinworms. Really?
I don't want to even know what that is.
20%?
I could just tell from the name that it's gross.
Horrible.
Let's not. Yeah,
Pinworm?
No follow-up questions over here.
No way.
This is also a fecal oral parasite that is common in daycares because children scratch their asses, touch toys, and put those toys in their mouths. Additionally, polio was also a fecal oral disease that is only not present in America due to vaccines.
I actually had no idea that that's how polio spread.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. I guess we're kind of blessed to not know that because we don't really have to, because polio is mostly eliminated.
Well, we're working on that.
We're working on bringing it back, baby.
You know, our kids have it too easy.
Oh, and you run it.
I have a friend named Jeff. He grew up with polio. He grew a lot of character from having it.
Brown liquid.
His pockmarks as an adult, he looks very distinguished.
I knew O.J. Simpson came to my house.
It never ends with him.
Harvey Weinstein.
Who else? Go on.
Anyway, Bill Cosby came to my house.
Why are you listening to all these predators?
What was going on at the Kennedy house?
Yeah,
dude.
What did you do? Was CPS called justified? Calling CPS on this is a disgusting act and not warranted. Feel free to criticize, but to entertain that CPS call was justified and to mess with someone's kids is totally not okay. Upon watching the most recent Ian video, I found that he defended this point, not super overtly, but he at least played it down and justified it a little. Wrong. I found it wrong and gross. You can have beef with each other and acknowledge that messing with someone's kids and also wasting CPS resources on a pointless visit is a bad thing that should 100% be condemned. So, too long didn't read. E isn't a bad father for Giardia infections occurring in his house. This is a disease transmission makes a lot of sense due to the habits of children. And anyone who is agreeing with the CPS call is letting bias influence their opinion. And all parties should be able to agree that CPS call was super fucked up. I tried, and then another edit. I tried posting this on iDubbbz subreddit and got permanently banned.
well, you tried.
But that's
okay.
That's kind of where I was coming from when I told the story. I'm like, yeah, I mean, there's a million different ways it could have happened. I mean, but okay. So let's call CPS.
Anybody who's being honest knows that wasn't justifiable. Like all any of these people have to say is like, that was fucked up and I shouldn't have. I shouldn't have pushed
There's
that
something
narrative.
with these people and Hasan. They cannot concede any ground for any reason.
The vast majority of people are are not remembering anything that happened to them at 3.
That seems a little.
Oh boy!
You have maybe 1 or 2 memories.
How do you know how many memories I had at 3?
So everyone in chat here has
What are you,
a
Professor
collection,
X?
like 50 plus memories of when they were 3 years old.
What an idiot! What a stupid loser idiot! What a
Wake
fucking
up.
collection of the dumbest people on earth.
No.
They're like, hey guys, let's get the dumbest people on earth and let's all become friends with each other.
No.
And then let's boost Ethan's career. The guy that let's be the best boost to Ethan's career since Frenemies happened. Thank you guys.
Failure in every other aspect, particularly the decision-making aspect.
That's
if
fine.
you want to go tattoo for tattoo, Ethan, we can do that. You want to keep it to others?
I don't need to go tattoo for tattoo. You only have one tattoo. They're all the same fucking tattoo.
That's not totally true.
That is, bro. This
How
guy.
is it? What does that even mean? No, I'm not following you. He doesn't have just one tattoo.
No, but it's all the same dumb shit.
Right, I get it. You think it's like the tattoos from the quarter machine.
He put that on his whole fucking body. Like, he didn't even keep any real estate for like anything like his kids or some shit. His kids don't get any real estate. It's all the fucking tattoo. It's all the
He's got some real estate. He's got some. He's only got the eagle on the chest.
Yeah, he still has space for a swastika on his forehead.
He also has space for some squiggly lines. I'm sure he'll have some room for that.
Yeah, you could put that in between.
There's always space for squiggly lines. You'll see his tattoos later on.
For things we can. I'll give you that option. Ethan also talks about the potential CTE that I might have after boxing.
Yeah.
Ethan, your whole system is scrambled.
No, your brain is scrambled from getting punched in the face too many times because that's a dub. Here's a clip of Ethan being awesome and funny and charming.
Oh my God.
You should watch him. You don't understand the situation. Some people are saying the CTE is starting to take effect, I guess. That would be comforting if there was some explanation at least.
Any amount of CTE that I may have endured after doing 2 boxing matches, I'm going to say is preferred over having to share the load of doing 50 jumping jacks with my wife.
Yeah, what if we both do them? We'll both do 25 at once.
25 each?
Oh my goodness.
Great form by both.
Really nice. They must work out.
Also, why are you talking about...
This was the weirdest thing. He goes, first of all, bro, I don't know if you know this, but you can't get CTE from jumping jacks.
What is his point? I'm not following this one.
He's saying that I would rather have CTE than do jumping jacks with my wife.
Why?
He has CTE, Dan.
I don't. I'm trying to engage with this in good faith and understand the point he's trying to make. Does anybody here have an explanation?
I think what he's saying is it's so embarrassing that you had to share the jumping jacks with your wife that it's preferable to have CTE. That's the only. Let me play it again for everyone in back.
That I may have endured after doing 2 boxing matches, I'm going to say is preferred over having to share the load of doing 50 jumping jacks with my wife.
Yeah. What if we both do them? We'll both do 25 at once.
25
Okay. He's saying you're weak. He's saying you're not athletic.
I can't.
Okay, I didn't catch the whole.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be 50, but you had Hila do 25 for
By
you,
the way,
which is funny.
And by the way, a terribly crafted joke. The vast majority of people would have no fucking clue about the context.
I was my head was spinning on that, but I guess I get there. It still doesn't quite. This is not a one-for-one.
Not at all, because you got punched in the face. And
I'm not talking about athleticism. We're talking about brain damage.
Yeah. Jumping jacks doesn't cause brain damage.
Well, he's saying that boxing's cooler than doing jumping jacks too, I feel, right? Because he's like, I did 2 boxing matches and got CTE.
Of course,
and you can't even do 50 jumping
cooler
jacks.
than doing jumping jacks, but I still don't really know what the own is there.
Listen, you make your decision. I'd rather do the jumping jacks than get the CTE.
Keep playing it.
All right.
Wait, Chad.
My goodness.
Chad had a good point. They called you out. They said you made fun of him for saying that. You said he has all the same tattoos and you have 3 dog tattoos.
They're different dogs. Jesus. Come on. Can't you
2 are the same, right?
Okay, 2
Closer
are the
than
same.
an eagle and a sword.
These are both different.
Okay.
Then also I have this one that's different.
Right.
Come on. Really? I don't care. You don't have to like my tattoos. I still think it's funny to make fun of his because his I feel are specifically dumb.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's going to come down to a taste thing.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. I'm not even going to defend my tattoos. There's plenty of people that can say they don't like it, and that's fine with me. I'm not going to get defensive about it. Not going to get fucking defensive about it. Dumbass loser, idiot.
You would never.
Great form by both.
Really nice. They must work out.
Also, why are you talking about CTE at all? Like, you've continually illustrated that you can't keep track of anything.
It came up because what does that have to do with brain damage? Me being a kooky, goofy, silly man doesn't mean that I have brain damage.
His brain isn't damaged. He's just kind of dumb.
I was born this way, motherfucker. What the hell kind of comparison is this? They were talking about it on their fucking podcast. By the way, they're the ones that started this conversation by talking about it on the podcast. Be like, hey, I'm not getting involved.
I think that was their response after you guys initially called them out.
He can't even keep straight who attacked who first. He thinks that our podcast where we're expressing...
You're coming off a little special needs.
Stop, Howie. That is not appropriate.
It's CTE, Howie.
I think so.
It's not.
Don't you think so?
It's out of his control.
A wet anus.
That's how you catch
sympathy
polio.
for him and Ela was the impetus for him talking shit about us. I much prefer boxing-induced CTE than harassment-induced CTE.
You don't get CTE from harassing people. What the fuck kind of... You don't get brain damage from doing a podcast. What the hell is your point?
I think he's making a joke.
But it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'd rather get CTE boxing than CTE doing a podcast. What the fuck is the... What? Also...
Getting harassment.
Also, can we be so serious for a minute and just acknowledge that this is definitely a picture of me taking out?
Probably.
Well, it is. Not that it matters because Anissa said, accused me of being on drugs, so they really don't give a fuck about weaponizing that, so.
Jewish.
What would I expect from people with tattoos like that?
We know he's Jewish, Anissa.
They're obviously Jewish.
Yeah. No, I picked up on that.
What do you mean, obviously?
Well, it's on the
obvious.
sign. It is obvious.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, now it is. Yeah.
I wouldn't have I mean, it's fine. She can say something as long as she doesn't have any weird off-color opinions about Nazis, then...
As terrible as the Holocaust was,
fuck.
Obviously it was horrendous, and how disgusting the doctor was that did the experiments on people. It was gay people, handicaps, twins.
Stop. I've heard
they're
enough.
obviously Jewish.
I love how the Jews are an afterthought.
Or they did it on Jewish people.
I much prefer boxing-induced CTE than harassment-induced CTE. Ethan acts like we're such great friends and that he shared such intimate moments with me, but it's all horseshit. He's lying. The whole thing is a fucking lie. He's manipulating his audience. We did not have a close relationship.
I genuinely think this dude must have lost all of his long-term memory and his life restarted after the second creator clash. The last time he got bopped in the dome.
I mean, you can only speak on that.
Why?
Because I don't know how
no,
close.
Well, I mean, look,
that's between all y'all.
Look, it's fucking stupid. We're each other's biggest collaborators. We made dozens of videos together. What the fuck? We're obviously friends. I mean, I don't understand the whole idea of trying to deny it. It's just weird.
If you let it play a little longer, he's making a point about not answering his text. Because when I was watching this at first, I was like, that's a bad point. But
all right, let's hear it.
I am not going to play it.
You guys were buddies for a long time. Beaver
me
Fever,
one time,
right? Check it out.
Beaver Fever, bring that thing over here, a little fleshlight, furry little fleshlight.
Stop.
Come on over here, baby. Talk to me. Awooga. Humana.
What's your argument?
Tongue falling out onto the table. And
all right,
unrolling like a red carpet. Am I right?
This video is so dumb and bad. It's so much fun watching it. All right. Hey, dude, we should talk this out. And I was like, I don't feel like having this conversation right now. That's it. So Ian kept trying to get me on the phone or text with me. And I told him, dude, honestly, I don't feel like having this conversation right now.
Okay.
Fair, right? I just didn't want to do it. Okay?
Just in that particular moment, and then at all.
Well, it turns out I didn't want to talk to him at all.
Okay.
If the relationship was that close, you would have talked to me on the
Nah,
phone.
it was dead. You had chosen your side. This was after CPS came, and like I said, bro, shit changed that minute that happened. And guess what? I was right, because you literally just you just said the CPS call was warranted. So how the fuck am I wrong for assuming that you're a giant dickhead? And I didn't want to get on a phone call and litigate Israel-Palestine with you, or whatever fucking dumb shit you wanted to talk about. So no, I don't want to talk to you. And I considered our friendship over by that point. So, yeah.
You wouldn't have shit-talked me. You would be curious where my brain was at and where I was coming from. There's this moment in the Content Cop where I'm trying to give an example of the cycle of harassment. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with?
Why is his clip so shit audio? It's like he ripped this from Snark. It's not the same quality. Look at this.
The cycle of harassment. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop.
What's from
it can literally.
It's not his own video. This is pulled from our reaction stream, right?
Oh, but why does it sound so doo-doo?
I think whatever version they ripped from YouTube is just like really low quality. Some of those YouTube rippers like default to like 480p or something. So maybe something like that.
Okay, I mean, I
Speculating.
like to think of it in other ways.
Literally go on forever.
Look, oh guys, he has a fucking eagle tattoo on his chest. I've always loved eagles. Eagles are so special to me.
If you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of... Okay, what does that have to do with me?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
Ethan and Hila act like they have no idea what I'm talking about here. So, I mean, maybe they don't. It's a very obvious and easy to digest point. That's why I made it that way. I'm going to explain it here so everyone on the internet understands. When you have a podcast where you are constantly emotionally dumping and saying things just off the top of your head, and you're attacking other people randomly.
Who's dumping, Zach? Who's the one doing the dumping?
Ethan was dumping.
No, not that. The one where he admits to dumping on his own show.
What do you mean, not that?
He says, I like to do this podcast. I like to dump.
Ethan was dumping.
All right, fine. It's just me.
That's all he's got.
Maybe from your perspective, it's not attacking. Maybe you're just commenting on someone else's situation.
He's got to be one of the most visually repulsive people. FaZe Banks, like, in my opinion, he's somewhat repulsive to look at.
And
pedophile. Pirate Software was like weird about it. Like,
By the way,
my hair looks
looks Why you gotta do
insane.
my boy Banks like that so dirty?
No, I think I was talking about Mike from PA.
No, you weren't.
Talking about
You
Banks?
just said FaZe Banks.
You're talking about Brother Banks.
How the fuck could you say that about FaZe Banks? Don't double down. Don't do it.
No comment.
No, do it.
No comment. He just looks a little like greasy. You know what I mean?
Blanks.
He looks like a little sandy, a little greasy. That's all.
I think.
Like I imagine he has
looks
sand in his
fine.
bed.
Let me look up. What did you just say?
FaZe Banks has sand in his bed.
Okay, that might be true. That doesn't have anything to do with his looks.
Can we appreciate how insane my hair looks?
Yeah. Now that's a broccoli cut.
That
you were trying
like
to put that on Hasan the other day, but that's a genuine broccoli cut.
I agree. That looks insane. Old voice. It's so lame. What an obnoxious loser. She goes, I can't believe these people are so obnoxious. And he looks like a... Yeah. Yep.
You saying you got a problem with the way this guy looks? On my screen, Nate?
Again, no comment. Right?
My seed is all over this place.
Did you send me a picture of a dick?
That's Brother Banks, bro.
Do you see what I'm seeing? It looks like a dick.
No, I didn't see that. That's
Oh my god.
I can pull it up. It's not a dick.
No.
Don't fucking oh my god me, bro.
After what you just said,
I thought this was the head of the dick and this was the hole. You don't see it?
H3 humor.
Friar Banks. We don't need to go here. Banks is fine. Banks is fine in my book. He's all good.
I can't believe you did. Jesus.
Wait, we were saying Brother Banks. That's where the nickname comes from.
No, not that you said that, but that his snap judgment was that, did you just send me a dick pic?
It looks like it.
No.
Especially even smaller.
No.
Love wouldn't do that, of course.
No, of course not.
Idiot. Oops. Who's obsessed with me, dude? I
But
sound
what
super
happens
serious in
when
that
other
one.
people comment on your situation? It doesn't feel too good, does it?
But he's like, no, dude, what the fuck is your point? I don't care if people shit talk me. I care when people lie about my kids crawling around in dog shit and their community saying call CPS. What the fuck are we talking about,
Right.
dude?
You definitely care about that more.
Listen, I'm not going to be like denim. I'm not. Talk about me. You know what I mean? Let's do it. That's not what I'm. What a stupid asshole. Just make it seem like that's what I care about. It's criticism that I'm mad about. God damn. Actually, Ethan, the fucking Jew bag. Fuck this Jew bag Zionist baby killer, guys, right?
I don't know if that's what the
Listen,
video...
I stand by all those gags because of who you teamed up with. You're like, let me get the anti-Semitism super squad together. Goebbels. Charles Manson. I don't know if was he had done swap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hasan.
I don't think that he's...
Okay, maybe that's hyperbolic. Maybe that's hyperbolic. I take, maybe a little bit.
Charles Manson and Goebbels.
Yeah. Charles Manson and Goebbels walk into a bar. I don't know where it goes from there.
That is the back and forth I'm describing. You might have thought we were just saying that Ian and Anissa are bad friends. Well, guess what? We didn't take it that way.
Okay, take it however you want, dumbass. It's like, fuck everybody, and I don't want to hear any excuses. By the way, that was me saying, now that CPS has been called, I don't care about anything, and I don't want to hear any excuses. Sound like an excuse to me, sir.
Friend, and you never were, and you never will be. You never will be.
What we took it as is Ethan and Neil are shit-talking us. They just implied that we are okay with people using CPS as harassment.
You just said it was...
You said it was justified, though, in this video.
Fuck, man.
I don't...
Dude.
You absolutely could make that argument, but he just 10 minutes ago was explaining why it's totally understandable why people would call CPS.
Of course they called CPS.
Right. Yeah, no, that's... You can't have it both ways on that one.
Man. Man, oh man. I can't wait to watch him make a video that's not about me. The snarkers are going to leave. They only care about me. Kind of flattering in a way.
Harassment, and now all of their fans are brigading us. So I am going to respond in kind and make a content cop. So yes, that is what the cycle of harassment looks like.
Okay, what does that have to do with me?
I don't know.
How about you fucking Nazis? How about that?
You might think that all of the harassment you're getting has everything to do with your politics and your idea of Israel-Palestine.
No, it has to do with you holding a sword with a swastika as the hilt. But okay. Go ahead. It's about Israel-Palestine.
A lot of my gripes were centered around you dragging me into your shit. You know, you knew that you were going through a lot, and you were saying, I'm hurting. I'm now going to make them hurt because they're not putting their head on the chopping block.
I didn't ask you to put your head on the...
piece of shit.
All right, buddy. I wasn't asking you to put your head on a chopping block. You were playing around with the people doing the rumor on Twitter, like buddy. And again, you proved that you agreed with them, which is what we suspected. So, you know, I heard Hasan say, suck my dick from the back. I don't know what that means, but I was going to tell him that.
You're not living, buddy.
What does it mean? How does that even happen?
I feel like it's fairly self-explanatory.
But the dick doesn't bend like that if it's hard.
Well, maybe...
You'd have to be soft.
I don't know.
Cow, bro.
That just doesn't sound like a good blowjob.
You're right. The logistics of it don't sound particularly comfortable.
I don't see how that benefits anybody. Them or the receiver.
Cow style.
Sure, there's anti-Semitic people that are attacking you guys, but they're not me. They're not Anissa.
I love him and Hasan. They always go this. Yeah, there's anti-Semitic people. There's a ton of it. It's everywhere. Not me, though. Okay. Let me tell you what's anti-Semitism. Please call into the show, Ian. I'd love to talk to you. In fact, I need you to brief me on what is and isn't.
Don't do that, Ian.
Call in, Ian.
Don't do that.
Come.
It's not Hasan. It's not all these other creators that you're attacking. You're not the biggest victim on the internet, Ethan.
Play the Tim Pool thing. It's not me. You know what it is? It's not me. It's everybody else.
It's everybody else.
Bear with me.
Standing by. We're going to finish this thing.
You know what
we actually are almost out of
though?
time.
What's
you know what the problem is, though? It's definitely not me.
What's the problem?
It's definitely not me.
Okay, what is it?
Oh, you went a different route.
All right, let's finish this.
Other people can experience a horrible fucking time. And guess what? They're not getting this other benefit, which is 26,000 viewers. You're getting a lot of money and a lot of content, a lot of things that you care about from these beefs and from this harassment. There are a lot of people that you've just bullied and they have nothing to gain out of it. Frogan isn't making a bag from this. She's not getting content out of this.
She should probably shut the fuck up. What is happening? Who am I harassing?
Frogan doesn't need to shut the fuck up anymore.
She's a
friend of the show.
You know what? Should I button that?
Dude, I will say, Ethan is really funny sometimes.
We're correcting it immediately.
Frogan is really sweet.
Okay.
Honestly, here's this. Frogan is really sweet sometimes.
There you go. That's a very nice thing to say. Maybe we can tear these walls down, Mr. Gorbachev.
You know, if you don't want to get harassed, let's say by a gorilla. That's me.
Are you the gorilla?
And
Okay,
you're walking through the forest, and this gorilla, he chills there. He's always there. You could just walk by, or you could poke it with a stick until it attacks you. That's my analogy. She's poking me.
King Kong ain't got shit on
She's poking me.
And you're the stupid violent animal.
I mean, kind of. That works. But she knows that. These guys all know that, right?
I mean, they were all fans, so yes, they should know that you go to war. Like, you don't let that shit slide.
That's right.
It is. I mean, yeah. That's a fact.
It's who I am. But yeah, I again, this whole characterization of anytime I respond to one of these dickheads as harassment.
Oh, Ryan Beard is in the chat.
What's
shout
up,
out
Ryan
and
Beard?
said, Frogan frenemies, make it happen. Interesting. Froganemies.
You really think that would be an interesting? I mean, she could be
Frogan
very
enemies.
She did retweet for Decatons.
She did?
Yeah.
Same.
Oh, the
graphic.
That's right.
with
He
you
made
guys
like
in the thumb.
a frenemies thing with you and Frogan.
She retweeted it?
She did.
Oh, girl, I see you.
Hey, girl.
I mean, we know that she said it herself. You were like her favorite creator at one point. I'm sure
she was my favorite fan.
She's not happy about being in this beef with you either.
Yeah.
A lot of you have asked for it to return ever since Trisha left. But how hard is it to be like, you know what? I shouldn't have accused you of being like hating Arab people because you unfollowed me.
Well,
hard
you know,
is that?
a lot of emotions were running really high for a long time. Maybe she does regret that.
Maybe
who knows? I don't want to speak for her, but you know, the less people we're at war with, the better, in my opinion. I would love a little reconciliation up in here.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe.
Yeah.
You're attacking
I'm sure
her
something will happen in the
relentless
next 24 hours.
and
That
endorsing
will-
so
that will
much
ruin
worse
all of that,
harassment than what even you send her way.
The shit he said and posted about Frogan
Very
over the past
nasty.
years is
Very
like
mean.
insanely
Yeah.
nasty
Talking about
shit.
Tecton. Yeah.
Worse than anyone I've seen. If this is true, absolutely mind-blowing, insane shit.
Hold on. It's not worse than anything you've seen. How could it be worse than anything you've seen?
Literally, no. I guess
He was
not.
very nasty. Well, I'm just saying, people like fucking want to like get lay down and fucking like.
I'm talking about specifically
castrate-
against Frogan.
But like he called her fat, right, and ugly, which is horrifically mean. I get called a fucking baby killer.
I was talking specifically about
That's way
Frogan.
worse than being called fat and ugly, in my opinion.
Also,
I mean, it's pretty compelling stuff. I don't think you should call her fat and ugly. To be like, that's super gross and weird.
No, I think I said later in that clip that you're not wrong. That there's
Yeah.
definitely one is a much more significant charge than the other.
Hasan
but both
called
are
Hila a
bad.
terrorist. He said she's literally a terrorist. So that's something that's worse than being called fat and ugly. I missed when I was just called fat and ugly. Those were the days.
That's true.
Those were simpler days. Just me and salami sandwiches. Miss them.
On top of Ethan and
The
Hila
salami
constantly
sandwiches
victimizing
or the
themselves,
days?
I did notice that as soon as we didn't immediately
Do you know
jump
you can't
to
eat a
Ethan
salami
and Hila's
sandwich
defense-
now?
No, I fuck with it still, but it was different back then. I was the.
I know this means nothing coming from a disgusting vegetarian like me, but even back when I ate meat all those years ago, I never fuck with salami. It's gross.
I love it.
It's gross.
I
know. Well, Zach loves salami.
There's a lot of different kinds. Some are gross, some are great, in my opinion.
I just
Can I fuck with that? I don't like the cold cuts that are like look like bologna, that have like nuts and shit in it. You know what I mean? That's just nasty.
Ethan took that to heart and he started to make that his employees' problems. Instead of just, sucking it up and taking it on himself, he decided to imply that Lena is going to have a problem with that.
A lot of this is that shocking? He's like, I'm putting out this video calling out her boss, who's single-handedly promoting the fight, by the way. And wait, you had a problem with that? Oh, that put you in an uncomfortable position? Actually, this has ramifications for the crew. The way that they have it set up is basically, if Lena were to drop out, she would lose, she would have to pay back $25,000 or something insane. And besides that, which I told her I would cover if she wanted to drop out, she's been working really hard. And just because I'm having an issue with what's going on here,
You bringing up Lena dropping out of the fight was you publicly showing to your fans, I don't approve of this. You were saying this shit.
Bro, what the fuck you expect of me? You can't be surprised by that, can you? I mean, listen, I know you want to blame this all on me. You're the dipshit that put this video out, right before the fight happens. I mean, come on, bro. If you put this out after the fight, none of this shit would have happened. That's just logical. You're just an idiot, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Dipshit.
Of course I was going to be upset about it. Of course it was going to be weird for Lena. Are you dumb? Yes, the answer is.
Before the content cop even came out.
Which I told her I would cover if she wanted to drop out.
But now you are saying that you...
Yeah, because there was already... that was after we had started beefing with them a little bit. And I was like, if it's getting uncomfortable, if you don't want to participate, I'll pay for you to... I just gave her that option. That's it. I think that's a pretty nice thing to do, actually. I know somehow that's a bad thing.
Didn't have a problem with any of it until I made the video.
I was totally on board until the organizer put out a video calling me a psychopath for harassing his friend.
Obviously,
is that crazy? He's like, you got mad that I made a video accusing you of hallucinating anti-Semitism. Here, apparently he's live tweeting. Call in, Ian.
Don't.
What's this? Makes a disgusting joke about having sex with iDubbbz. No, I didn't say about. No.
That's what it sounded like, though, and that's why immediately I was like, "That sounds fucking
Ian
crazy, bro."
Sex.
Right.
I'm having sex with Ian.
Play the fucking clip, Ethan.
Ethan Klein makes a disgusting joke about having sex with iDubbbz's wife and echoes harassment iDubbbz and his wife have been victimized for years. Oh my God. God, we must protect poor Ian and Anissa from the terrorist Jews. I can't believe I felt bad for you. By the way, Anissa reached out. She wants to meet at the Motel 6 tonight at 11. Okay.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that came off. Because I'm gonna
Yes, and that is why we interrupt.
Because she's the cunt. But I explain it. I do explain it, though. That's the funny thing. Fuck him. If I was them, I would have just cut it there. But here, because she's the cuck.
Right. This is actually piss poor.
Okay.
Clip
Ian?
shipping.
Him. He's the cuck. Anissa reached out to me.
The first time that you made the Anissa the cuck joke, it hit really good.
Well,
I feel like each subsequent one we're getting getting further and further.
What was wrong with the one with that? I thought that
just sounded weird. It kind of creepy.
Well, it is. That's her thing. I wasn't going to show up, by the way.
You know what? Shout out Ethan's Attic.
I was going to send
You did
fake
include
Ethan.
all of the context. You know, this isn't what was the TikToker who just cut like 2 seconds of you doing the Sig Heil without any of the. I can't even remember.
Considering genuinely going to Gaza.
Yeah, was it? I don't remember.
Was it that one? I don't remember. The point being, the context is there. So
yeah.
Maybe they're just talking about the use of the word cuck.
Bro, I'm not. How can I be an incel? I have 3 kids. I'm married. Literally, whatever, dude. Yeah, I see when I first said it, it definitely sounded bad, but you know, we landed the plane, and listen, the plane landed, okay, and it was beat up. That thing was beat up. It was missing wings. The
Any
fuel
landing
tank
you
was
survive
leaking,
is a good
but
landing.
we got out.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Jewish.
Jewish. Ethan has Tourette's. I believe I felt bad for you. Oh God, you guys are so funny. These people. Hey, hi, Ethan's Attic. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. He's watching clearly. Appreciate you.
Shout out.
Probably a member.
Ethan and Neela will victimize themselves every chance they get. But when they have the chance to victimize someone else who's on their crew, they'll also do that.
You already forced Lena into this horrible situation. And again, I'm victimizing Lena because I'm upset about a weird position you put her in.
Now who's using human shields? No, I'm kidding.
Jesus, MP.
Wait, him, or me?
You.
How am I using a human shield?
I'm making the joke.
What's the joke?
Well, the joke is that he's saying that you're using Lena. You're victimizing Lena. So I'm saying you're using her as a human shield.
But what do you mean now? Who's using human shields?
The joke about Hamas using human shields.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm the.
In this case,
I'm the foil to Hamas.
Yeah,
exactly.
Fair enough.
It was spicy, but I appreciated it.
I was just trying to make sure I understood it. Fair enough. Yeah, Lena's my human shield. So what? What do you want to do about it? Force this situation on her, B.
Why would I do such a thing to Lena? Dude, you have as much agency as I do. You didn't have to badmouth me on your podcast. That was a choice that you made.
So go.
Okay. Well,
Okay, I mean, like, there's a little bit of a point there.
It is, but so when we were understandably upset and we went in on them pretty hard, I mean, personally, I felt like they could have let it slide and it would have been fine. We were understandably upset. The thing is, they really could have disarmed the situation immediately if they're just like, you know what, I didn't appreciate being talked about that. Like, we don't support that at all. Whatever, something like that, you know. But they refuse to ever say they don't support it, or that they don't support the people that did it.
Right, and again, this is why my head is spinning a little bit with the arguments that he's making, because he did say it was justified in this video.
In this video.
Right, so...
Remember that?
Like, if he hadn't said that, I feel like his point would be much, much stronger here. But he did, so...
He got us.
Go fuck yourself.
I agree. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
Oh, the organizers of this event are not jumping to my defense? All right, well, maybe instead of shit-talking them, maybe I should zip it.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree. You already forced Lena into this horrible situation. His point is, you said something mean to me, so of course I went like completely nuclear on you, like right before the event when one of your employees was fighting. This presumption that he thought everything was going to be totally fine, that Lena wasn't in an awkward position or anything at all, is really something. It's really, really fantastical situation. And again, you forced this situation on her. By the way, iDubbbz,
True.
Lena's fucking having a panic attack.
So go fuck yourself.
True.
I agree.
But you're just lobbing it to me and Anissa. I'm lobbing...
You were mean to me, therefore it's your fault Lena's having a panic attack? What the fuck? Blame the Jews. Here we go again.
Wow. How about that?
it back to you. You're the one who brought it up. If you lob it back to me...
Oh,
and
you know what? Hit him with the joke thing. Hurry. Nate.
Oh, it's too late. The clip is over.
Oh,
yeah,
Nate,
the clip is
you're
over.
slow.
Nate, what the hell, dude? They already clipped me. And I said, oh, great.
Nah.
Blame the Jews again.
They won't use that clip. We'll use the earlier one.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have your back publicly. Well, fuck you. I'm going to lob it back and say you're being irresponsible on your podcast and you're not taking any accountability for the shit you're putting out online.
All right, Ian wants to play hot potato with accountability. Well, let's see. We'll see who gets hurt more from this silly game of hot potato. Now it's your fault, actually. You know?
I think that's going to do it for this video. There's a lot more that I can share, but I'll save that for the future. And in
there's more. There's more. I can't wait for the Ethan trilogy. What's next?
closing, I will reiterate so that there's no ambiguity about it. Anissa and I are no longer involved in Creator Clash. We're stepping down completely.
Idiots,
we hope that
losers.
the event is a massive success this year.
It
We
won't
hope
be.
that all of the fighters get what they wanted out of it. I'm sorry that I'm such a fucking nasty person who just wants to roll around in the shit. I'll put the link to Creator Clash down in the description if you want to support them.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it. You're nasty. Yeah.
I mean, he's basically saying, like, I'm sorry I couldn't keep it together.
You know what would have been nice? Giving the fighters a heads up before announcing they were quitting.
That would have been a nice gesture. I think that's fair.
That's good leadership right there. You know?
In their mission to get creators to fight and raise money for charity. You can do that down there. I will be doing that on my own, and I hope you guys have a good time. Also, for all the people who touch grass, I want to remind you to click the
That excludes all of us. Who are you talking to?
If you're watching 30 minutes into the content debt video, I don't think you've touched grass in a while.
Everybody just turned
us
the video
included.
off.
I'm not accepting us.
No, I don't touch grass. Grass is insane. It gives you a rash. It's icky. Grass rash. Remember that? Gets you itchy.
Like button on this video, not so it goes in your algorithm or anything, just specifically
this is it.
So that we can add a counter narrative or I can get an idea of how much AstroTurf.
He's begging people to like his video in fucking 2025, bro. We all agreed that was like the cringiest thing to do years ago.
No, we didn't agree. You've been saying that.
We've
always said you should encourage people to tell.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. Hit subscribe. All that stuff. Thank you, Nate.
We made a video together making fun of these smash the like button guys.
Oh, you and Ian did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. When you said we, I thought you meant us.
Or wait,
we do not agree with you.
At least we did the joke together. I don't know if we made the video together. We've done that joke before, though.
I gotcha.
Not so it goes in your algorithm or anything.
Well, you got to listen to
Hope
this.
you guys have a good time. Also, for all the people who touch grass, I want to remind you to click the like button on this video.
For all of you that touch grass, I need you to hit the like button. What? These are not the people that touch grass aren't hitting like.
Not so it goes in your algorithm or anything, just specifically so that we can add a counter narrative or I can get an idea of how much astroturfing is out there, because I know that a lot of these fuckers, they love their dislike button extensions. And I saw that shit and I was like, what the fuck? These are all like fabricated numbers. The like-dislike ratio was like 80-20 on my video, and then they tried to create a narrative of like, no, people actually hate this content cop, guys. It's actually so much worse. Like, bitch, like, people were more upset with, like, my wife being on OnlyFans. You're not gonna convince the internet that fucking Ethan Klein isn't being a piece of shit. Like,
What does it have to do with dislikes? Wait. You just said we're both pieces of shit. Anyway, so here's what's interesting. He shows the dislikes for, I guess the video was him defending Anissa doing sex work. And he shows the likes on it and the dislikes, and people matched it up, and it's like extremely accurate.
Match what up? What do you mean?
Towards the video, because it shows the amount of dislikes.
I'm confused why he's showing this. This is not the like ratio.
Show the like ratio of the goddamn video you're doing.
So what he has on screen right now is from an old video.
Yes.
Is what he said. Okay.
He goes,
so
look,
does he
this
go
video-
on to show the one that's in dispute?
But why would he go on and on about how, oh no, this video had less likes and you guys are just silly and the dislike? Just show the likes, bro. Just take a picture and show it and say, we're dumb, we're idiots, it's wrong. Tweet
he
it out.
doesn't after this? Like when you unpause?
Ian, tweet it. Send us the photo. You can tweet it out still. It's not too late. I know you're watching.
Why would it? I'm so confused.
I'll play it.
Why would you show a different video's like ratio when trying to disprove that?
I wonder if he's doing some kind of 4D chess. He's trying to bait us to say that.
Okay,
I'm not. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to understand what relevance this
He's
has.
showing us a different video's like ratio to prove that he's not lying about his current likes ratio, which he could just show us a screenshot of it instead of doing all this stuff. Just tweet it out, Ian. If you want to prove us wrong, just tweet it out. Right. And no photoshopping either. I want a video. I want it recorded on your smartphone of you going up to your computer, logged in, and then refreshing the page.
Mine isn't being a piece of shit. Like, sorry guys, it doesn't matter how many dislike extensions you have.
We can free Palestine without being a Nazi.
I don't know if you know this, but the dislike extension is about people not liking you. I'm not saying people don't dislike me. I mean, they're out there. Trust me.
Okay, yeah, fuck you guys too. Okay, how about you fucking Nazis? How about that?
It's blatantly and obviously fucking disingenuous. This shit blew my fucking mind. Like,
what? Dan reacting to bad faith accusations of anti-Semitism? This was you reacting, I think, to when you learned he excluded the CPS call.
What?
Well, what is this from?
Fuck you guys too. Okay, how about you fucking Nazis? How about that?
It's blatantly and obviously fucking disingenuous. This shit blew my fucking mind. Like, this is fucking insane. And, like, dangerous. He is going out of his way to slander you.
He's saying that you're criticizing me. You're talking about him.
I don't remember the context, so I don't know.
Can we find the context? Because this is mind-bending stuff.
As a neo-Nazi. Like, that can get you hurt.
And then there's this, which he's in his underwear, and he's trying to, I guess he's showing off his tattoos, and he's dancing.
What episode is that from? I'm kind of baffled.
You are the rent payer. You are the legend.
This is very weird.
I think I remember the context. It's the guy who said what was it? Hasan is considering going to Gaza. It's because he made the video with Ethan doing the Nazi thing. And you said that's dangerous for you to imply that Ethan's a Nazi because he could get hurt. That's from my recall from my.
So
wait, what? That was like months ago.
Wait, he just completely lied? What a weird... Why would you end your video with that?
Pretty sure that's context. We have to look it up.
No, I know for sure you were defending me. You definitely were criticizing
No, what Nate's saying, that's kind of clicking for me. I feel like that was... Yeah, when... I just mentioned him. The guy on TikTok who clipped you and tried to imply that you're a neo-Nazi.
I think he's saying that in that moment you were calling someone out for falsely saying Ethan is anti-Semitic, and you were saying that's dangerous. So he's saying that Ethan doing that to others is dangerous.
He's holding me up as an... Okay.
He's so stupid. Oh, my God.
No, at least... Okay.
That makes sense.
Thank you, AB. Yeah. That actually does at least make sense. Because, like, if it was just... Yeah, the way I was taking it before, it just seemed insanely non-sequitur.
That's the way I was hearing it, too.
I see. Well, listen, man, I stand by that. I do think it's true to it's dangerous to call somebody a neo-Nazi in this environment. What happened with Ethan was that he was criticizing Elon Musk for doing Sig Heil at the inauguration, and just 1 second of the video was clipped out completely out of the context without the criticism and put up there and directly accusing Ethan of being a neo-Nazi.
A Jewish man, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like that's
and I mean
that is sufficient
the
circumstance to make that call.
The difference also is that I'm accusing you of being anti-Semitic. In earnest. I do think that.
Right. I guess by implication, he's saying it's dangerous for you to be saying that he's anti-Semitic.
You should not be
and that it's a lie. Yeah, I mean, that's between y'all. I mean, I do appreciate that in that clip that we watched earlier, which you were holding up as an example of like, look at how Hasan told him to shut up or whatever. But it did seem like he was, walking it back a little bit.
Yeah, he was right there.
Which I think is all anybody. I mean, the entire time that we were talking about that sword thing, I feel like we were not quick to jump to conclusions there,
Dude,
and it was a slow revelation.
Up until we found a clip of him saying it's a swastika sword, I was like, there's no way they did it on purpose. I don't believe they did it on purpose.
Right.
I was being so fair about it.
And I feel like the ultimate conclusion, which we arrived at, which was that if it truly was unintentional, it would probably be just a good idea to just take it down, because it's understandable how that could be interpreted. And it almost sounded like Ian was there when he was with Hasan, but then it got shut down. Just in the sense that he was, kind of owning up to it. What did he call it? He said it was careless. He called it careless to pick up that sword.
Well, then Hasan said no.
Right.
That was
that aside, I'm just talking about
that
Ian
was
right
intentional.
now.
Don't apologize. We did that shit on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anywho. So we're done with iDubbbz. That's good. Well, we're done for Hasan for now. He's going to react to the last part of it. I don't know if he's doing it now or later. But
if it does,
there'll probably be some fun.
It'll be next week, right? Because this Friday, we're going to talk about the two towers and James Charles. And what was the other thing? Wasn't there something else?
That's it.
No, there was something else. Oh, the Met Gala. The Met Gala.
Oh my God, so much fun. No, it is good. Friday's going to be super fun. We'll see. Short of him, something spectacular might happen, but I'm going to leave the door ajar.
A door is a door. It's not a jar.
It's a door. Right. Correct. At any rate,
got that one from Pappy. That banger right there.
Thank you guys for
classic
watching.
Dad joke.
Thank you guys for supporting and being here. I love y'all so very much. Thank you to our members who will be doing a show for tomorrow. And we'll be back for everybody on Friday. We're going to have Friday Fun Day with the door ajar for some drama, depending on what happens.
No, that's not going to happen. Everything's going to be calm and nice. It's smooth sailing from here on out.
Theoretically, though, if Hasan reacts to the second part, and once I react to that, then theoretically, that's it. There's no more.
No, because then he's going to react to your react. It's just like at a certain point, we gotta just end the cycle.
The nuke. I feel like the nuke is the end. He watched it, and we react, and that's it.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm out. After that.
Fair enough.
I don't want to talk about this shit forever. All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you members tomorrow. We'll see everybody on Friday. Have a blessed evening. God bless, 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 and all that. And